What the fuck is your problem?
Oh.
There's like another version of Opera browser, like the GX or whatever it's called.
Yeah, gaming version.
Supposedly it's better.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got them both.
Never heard of it.
Alrighty, let's get started. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 514. Why are magical girls so gay? Now, I haven't watched too much magical girl anime. This never crossed my mind because it's a magical fantasy story set in contemporary world, and you go, what is the magic? What is the conflict? What's the problem to solve? Not, do these little girls actually, before the age of puberty, are they actually into that? That never occurred to me. I never thought that way for some reason. So, in case you haven't figured it out from the background, which is absolutely redundant, it's a Noralities video, and it just came out 2 weeks ago. And it's got almost 160,000 views.
Oh, God.
And 17,000 upvotes, 650 downvotes. So obviously people like her ideas, her comments, her suggestions. I don't know what people see in Noralities. We might make this our new Friday in case we've run out of Renegade Cut. We could always go to Friday Norality times.
Friday Noralities.
The normal Fridays with Noralities. I don't know. She's I mean, if you want to talk about gay sex, we go to Noralities. That's pretty much it. So headcanon cartoon gay sex, go to Noralities. Anyway. This is 33 minutes. Holy crap.
Yeah, no, not today. Not all of it.
No way. We're not doing it today.
No way, Jose.
We'll see how far we get before we just get bored or she says completely crazy shit. She tends to ramble, so that's probably why. I really hope she doesn't become another Maggie Mae Fish where she makes like an hour long or hour and a half long videos of her headcanon. And we're sitting there going, yeah, no, RoboCop was never trans. I'm sorry. That never happened. Nor do I want to see like the characters from some famous or well-known popular magical girl animes speculate on how gay everyone is. That's not something I want to do with my afternoon. Anyway, hopefully you guys are ready and not ready to leave. So let's get going.
The magical girl genre was one of those things that, when I was a kid, I just sort of accepted as having always been a thing, because from my perspective, it was. By the time I was old enough to process it, anime was already being imported to America and easily accessible via cable TV on channels like the Kids WB and Cartoon Network. And anime like Sailor Moon, Cardcaptors, and Mew Mew Power were airing right alongside cartoons like Powerpuff Girls, Winx, and Totally Spies. And although these versions were heavily edited and censored, it wasn't long before the internet made fan-subbed anime easily accessible, and we were able to watch these stories as they had been originally intended to be told.
Actually, fun fact, when I was a kid, I wasn't quite old enough to have figured out how to navigate the internet and find these fan-subbed episodes myself. But somehow, my dad got a hold of entire seasons of these fan-subbed episodes of Sailor Moon that were burned onto like a handwritten CD, which I would watch in our home computer room after school. And I loved it, and I watched them religiously. But this is legit what they looked and sounded like. It was dark times to be an anime fan, my dude. But because...
No, this was pretty normal. We remember the 80s and the 90s. This looks pretty... I mean, the quality is actually a little higher than I remember.
Much higher than whatever we got. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my dude, you spoiled little princess. Holy shit, your dad did that for you? Good for you.
Yellow subtitles, too.
Yeah.
The nostalgia.
I'm surprised there's no VCR lines clogging up the...
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I got, like, Grappler Bucky through, like, a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Like, the copy was so bad. Like, the audio sounded like some broken radio recording.
Yeah, the audio wasn't good. The screen wasn't good. Yeah, it was just... You're lucky we even got it. So... Yeah, wow, you burned it to a CD and watched it on your computer in the late 90s. That's amazing. Good for you. Anyway.
Amazing.
Because of these fan subs, I had access to this story in all its uncensored, bit-crushed glory a lot earlier than most people. Which made me realize, magical girls are super fucking gay. And while in the process of doing several...
Because you watched it earlier and got the original fan sub, therefore... No, that never happened.
There was that one couple in Sailor Moon that was legitimately gay.
Yeah.
Because they were lesbians.
That's all I could...
That's it.
And in the dub, they were cousins.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's not all fan... Like, she hasn't... So, like, they're all like that. It's like, first off, general. Secondly, you're talking specifically about watching only one anime, which is Sailor Moon, where there's at least 12 magical girls. At least. All the planets. Then you have, like, these... Was it the 3 males who turn into females or transform into female characters? You might have had some gender-bending other villains. So
They weren't gender bending. They were just cross-dressing.
they were cross-dressing. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of magical girls in that story, and I don't think they were all gay. I'm quite sure Serena's pining for Tuxedo Mask, and so is Sailor Mars. Jupiter has a boy, trying to get a boyfriend. Ba 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 ba. They're all relatively heterosexual, so no.
All of these deep dive magical girl videos, I've realized I've never asked
I still
myself,
can't hear anything off the
why
video
are they
because my
so
browser's
gay?
acting up.
What is it
I have no
exactly
idea what's
about
happening.
magical?
You're not in the... What's
I am, but I'm waiting for the fucking thing to load.
We're at minute 1.
Restart it again.
No. Just it'll sort itself out. I'll let you know.
All right.
Girls that is so appealing to LGBT plus creators and viewers? Is it just that
Is
pretty
it?
girls fighting crime in the name of love and
Is
Can
it
you
really?
imagine that these Japanese creators are thinking like, oh yeah, finally we're making some good work for the LGBTQ community.
Can you imagine someone... I am from...
No,
the-
they don't.
I am a generic LGBTQ plus person, and I like anime. Wow, look at that. Magical
I have
girls.
never heard a single one of them saying that.
Just what?
They're like, oh, what? Is that some kind of alphabet?
Magical Girl is for usually young people watching cartoons. Maybe the young adult, but very rarely, probably younger than that. So I watched this when I was growing up.
I watched this, Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah.
Just Magical Girls wasn't just for girls whenever it got over here to America. It was for everybody.
Yeah, Magical Girl Madoka was definitely not for kids.
No, it's not.
So, but I really don't, even watching that, I was like, you know what? These characters are so gay. Like, I never really that was not what the story was about. It never focused on those themes. With Sailor Moon, it was romance. It was this romantic concept of reincarnation and having a destined love, protecting the world, blah, blah, blah. Not about, oh, women are cute. I'm a woman, and therefore I'm gay. Like, no, not really. Anyway, here's Funko Pop Richard Ramirez. Thank you, sir. I'm driving past a crowded playground right now. If she says, my dude, one more time, I will open fire.
Oh no.
Where did that come from? Did that come from watching too much Vosh and everyone's just using it now? Also, no, most magical girl anime aren't gay. You're just a gross cat lady that smells like cheap wine and piss. Ooh. All right. Let's keep going then.
justice is deeply and irrevocably sapphic? Maybe. There certainly are a lot of sapphic characters and relationships that pop up in different magical girl series, and most of my favorite magical girl series have at least one canonic lesbian character or couple. But are there actually more instances of sapphic characters than in, say, the slice of life or cooking genre? And if so, then why?
What do you mean, why? What do you think sexuality is limited to genre?
Yes.
What? No,
Because being gay is magic.
Yeah.
What the hell? How did we get here? Which is
Also, she mentioned like she showed like 2 couples that are like lesbian for anime, and that's it for the magical girl genre.
the slice of life genre has some gay. Like what? Okay, really?
Slice of life genre, which is just a reflection of our world.
Hello?
Hey, Wisp.
Yeah, there was.
Ah,
How's it going, Wisp?
for a second it works. You know what is magic? Being able to make children.
Oh well, yes. No, we don't talk about that.
I'm thinking about the current series that I'm reading. It's this delinquent kid meets a almost blind girl and has to help her out. And his best friend, who is like 10 years older than him, comes out as gay to him. And this other girl is really attracted to him.
Don't talk about that.
And he told her that there's a possibility that they could be together at some point.
Okay.
And I just there's more than just this in Magical Girls.
Yeah, there's telling a story with a bisexual, homosexual, heterosexual story is not limited to genre. That's bizarre. Why? Why would that ever?
It would be a really boring story as well, like something that's just focusing on the sexuality of the character, and instead of like focusing on the story,
Yeah,
telling some themes about it.
that's like saying, yeah, that's like saying fighting genre like Baki or whatever is clearly there's going to be some homosexual relationships in there. It's like maybe, but
yeah, like maybe there's gonna be like a few relationships like that. Even in JoJo, there's like because it's like such a huge bait with all those erotic poses, and then there's like maybe one couple in like all the parts that are like gay.
that might make more sense because it is pushing that boundary of sexuality with all the poses and all the bizarre camera angles and all the stupid stunts they could do.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would be fine with that, considering all the women in Baki are boring.
There are women in Baki?
yes.
They're
Baki's
couples,
girlfriend.
like the girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I forgot about her. There's so many guys in
Yeah,
that story.
everyone did. Don't worry, even the author did.
Yeah. the muscles just sort of take over the pages. There's just so many muscles. I can't see the women.
Precisely.
Okay, so if it was a more adult genre or story with a lot of the same sex, then you'd be like, okay, that's fair. That you could assume some of those would be mathematically gay, sure, but not by virtue of genre. That doesn't even compute properly. So, anyway, let us continue before we hurt ourselves.
Well, let's find out. But before we do that, as a disclaimer, I'm going to use the term lesbian a lot in this video. Just assume anytime I do, it's under the sapphic umbrella, which generally includes
What does
women
sapphic
loving
mean?
Lesbian.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Sapphic means related to lesbianism, but
But like pansexual people are, no,
Pansexual people are whores. I'm sorry.
well,
they are not human.
Yes,
okay?
yes. Thank you. Thank you,
This
Howler.
is-
Thank you.
she is protecting our ears from the use of the word lesbian because she thinks she might offend someone. Which
Pansexual just means a bisexual who believes in gender theory.
what?
Yeah, it's pansexual is a bisexual with attention, virtue signaling, glitter on top,
That's it. It's the same
and
as
it's basically the with the excuse of, oh, I'm not sleeping around. I just love everyone.
So she's using it. I don't even think this is real or an umbrella term. Because if you're going to say sapphic, just say lesbian within this context.
I don't know. Is this on my end with low resolution? Everything's fucked up on my end right now. I'm sorry.
It must
Yeah,
be.
it's only on your
Ah,
end.
that's playback
It's
quality.
HD
Okay.
online.
You know what? YouTube for the past month and a bit, they've been throttling a lot of people, including myself. And I think it's just because it's gotten so popular. that we get little notifications that they'll start feeding you the data, but it comes out at like 110, 120, and eventually it works up to 480, and then it goes up to 720 after a minute. So that's
and no. Okay, I reloaded. It works now.
Right.
And no, I've never heard the term sapphic.
Yep.
Nor have I.
Is this play on sapphire or something?
like,
I have no idea.
Japanese, and she took it. I've never heard it.
Yeah, and so pansexual is bullshit. That we went over. The bisexual is just a form of homosexuality, if we're being honest.
They sometimes want to fuck the same opposite gender.
Yeah, and non-binary doesn't even exist. That's just narcissistic Münchhausen syndrome about made-up conditions that
I
aren't
would have
real.
said brain damage, but I think that can suffice as well.
Yeah, the term.
Well,
it comes from ancient Greek. I think it was a poet, and they spoke about love between women. It's not a big deal.
you can identify as a
The
thing. Like, no,
lesbo
that's just
silence?
role-playing.
Yeah, this is nothing different than someone who thinks they're special in the whole gender identity, sexuality bullshit spectrum to make up a word and use it because
Imagine if like every heterosexual person would just introduce themselves like, "Hello, I am heterosexual. How about you?"
No, Mark, you're doing it wrong. You have to say, I identify as heterosexual.
and then you
Doesn't
have
mean
to
that you actually are.
and then you have to invent a word that means this exactly the same thing, but no one's ever heard of because they don't study ancient Greece or whatever.
Of course.
It's just they will always. You cannot imagine right now what new insanity they will come up with next year, because we are not crazy. At least not that version of crazy, and it's really this identify word that just keeps on giving me goosebumps.
And look at the last umbrella. Any other women who love women. Like, what does that even mean? It's like, here's specific terms which all mean the same thing.
Are
Yeah,
you
it's-
including transsexuals now as well for the lesbians?
No, we don't count anymore, Paula. It's all non-binary now.
Oh God.
It's all
Anyway,
non-binary
let's-
because they don't like the biological realities.
yeah, let's
Don't force
just
lesbians to suck dick.
let's just not speculate anymore, please. This is getting silly. All right, we're good.
Oh, she meant
I wouldn't-
before. She mentioned that that she say something when I couldn't hear. That mangaka were happy doing gay stuff or something for the gay people, that they could help the gay people or something.
Yeah, she thought.
Isn't
that
gay
was,
marriage still outlawed in Japan?
That is some hellish projection,
Yeah, well,
because so gay manga and anime, so with gay romance, gay sex, that's been a thing for longer than this idiot has been alive. And the people who made that because they liked it, not because they wanted to represent someone. They weren't making it for the gay people. They made it because they jerked off to it themselves. That's why.
Okay, so I watched this, and she's going to complain about that later on, that most of these are made by men.
anyway, she's wonderful in her terminology. Let's just.
Yeah, she also believes that Ranma is a trans icon or some bullshit. No, what did she say? A gender non-conforming icon. And I say, like,
Oh.
fuck you.
Okay.
No.
It's a
She
curse
should
for
just
Ranma.
ask the author lady about this, and then she's gonna make a new one.
Oh, Rumiko Takahashi, she
The richest woman in Japan.
she teared a few new holes into journalists asking her stupid questions like that. What happens if Ranma gets pregnant? That's not something we ask because this is supposed to be a comedy, you idiot.
All right.
Trans women and non-binary people. And just in
Go
general,
away.
I do tend to use gay and queer as reclaimed umbrella terms.
I like how the T
So
is
as long as we're all on the
segregated.
same page about
I
it.
use words. Yeah. Thank you for defining.
Noralities, you're an idiot. You don't know anything of the things you're talking about. You're just buying into fantasies that other weird, crazy people made up and acknowledge each other as being real scientific papers that are peer-reviewed by a circle jerk of crazy communist idiots.
Yeah, let's just get
Hey, your
to the
avatar
point.
Nothing
improved.
of what you say has any bearing in reality.
Yeah,
You're
let's-
twisting everything.
Let's skip the semantics, go straight to her point, whatever it is, because we don't know what she's talking about yet.
That we can move right along.
Okay.
Well, if we look at the narrative structure and core themes of the magical girl genre, there are a lot of reasons why it
Interesting.
may naturally be appealing to sapphic women.
Weaponized
While the
femininity.
magical girl genre isn't strictly binary, as there are plenty of magical boys,
What?
gender fluid, and non-binary people,
No.
the majority
No.
of
It's not anime.
All of this was wrong. All of this was wrong. Give me that frame with the non-conforming crap.
This one?
Oh, wait.
Cross-dressers are not non-binary.
God.
It doesn't latch onto it.
All right.
What is this?
I don't
We got
know.
some
No, no,
movies here.
Hold on. Korewa Zombie Desuka.
One of these
That
isn't an anime.
That one, he's cross-dressing because he had to take the magical powers of the girl that attacked him because he's a zombie. He has a necromancer that brought him back to life, and he took the magical abilities from the magical girl and has to save the world because she can't use her abilities anymore.
And
Yeah.
for the ones back then, there's some
That's
men
not-
that like frill shit. That doesn't make them non-binary.
Yeah, have you seen 16th century clothing?
Well, even
Yeah, that sucks.
the manga and anime today, or the past 10 years rather, have had guys in multiple settings, whether it's medieval or space or contemporary, being prissy and noble and looking and dressing
That's the word.
like God knows what from Shakespearean times. So pretty normal throughout the genres. Believe it or not, artists like to draw pretty flowery things for men and women. So wow, that doesn't mean they're gay. Ever heard the term feminine males and masculine females? It's pretty.
Oh, they're eggs.
They're all eggs. They're all just generic blobs.
No.
No,
Egg
I'm
is a-
sorry.
Go
It's a
on,
trans-
Paula. Someone else can explain it for once.
Okay, you can do it.
No, you do it.
Oh, okay. Egg is a transgender term that the person inside is actually secretly a transsexual. They just don't know it, and they need to break their shell. This is usually anyone who is not a conventional female or male.
Is that like saying I secretly
just-
like arugula, even though I never eat it?
No. It is what the leftist groomers do, who are brainwashing kids and teenagers into believing to be trans
Yes,
when
you
they're
have a
not.
They will tell tomboys that they are actually trans. They
Oh
will
my
tell
God.
feminine boys that they are actually trans. Cross-dressers, you're actually trans.
Yeah. You don't like yourself? Oh, you're trans.
Yeah.
You
That's
find yourself
completely
ugly? You're
normal.
trans. You don't have friends? You're trans.
It's completely
autistic,
normal
you're
for young
trans.
girls to not like their bodies.
Oh.
They grow out of it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to learn any new words today because I don't think I'm going to help my life any better. So I'll just try and get through this video.
Smart, how do you want to understand all these crappy
I
videos
don't-
we're watching?
I don't think it's going to help my life in any iota. I don't think I'm going to learn anything. I don't think it's going to make any other people's lives better if I explain them what these words mean. I'm happy with my classic Greeks, all the dead white guys who may in fact have been gay and talked about poets and philosophy. I think I'm okay in that department. I'm good.
You mean they were gay while doing productive things?
I guess. I don't know. I guess people like to think about these things. I don't even care, but, whatever. Thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius, brilliant man. I don't know if he was gay, but you interpret his stuff as whoever you like. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, 3 minutes in, I'm still confused.
girls. And when your story revolves around a cast that are all the same gender, then all of
Sex.
the focus, dialogue, character development, story, and drama are going to revolve around.
Okay, Noralities. You yourself
Whoa.
use the term gender to mean what is personality and interests and all the things that are going on in your head. Maybe even someone you could interpret as being stereotypically male while having a female body without wanting to be a man. That is what you mean with gender. Everyone having the same gender thus would mean that everybody has the same character.
Yeah, she didn't.
You're an idiot.
she didn't get
You
to
don't know your own words.
She didn't get to her point yet. I was like waiting what she was trying to say there.
Yeah, her point is already broken because she's not even consistent with her own bloody language.
All right, let's try again.
girls. And when your story revolves around a cast that are all the same gender, then
Okay.
all of the focus, dialogue, character development, story, and drama are going to revolve around that cast and the relationships they form together.
That's fine.
And while most of those relationships are going to be platonic, that doesn't mean all of them will be.
Example, please. This is bizarre. You're reading into this because therefore all are one gender, and it's made for kids. Therefore, some of them must be sexual.
Therefore, there must
Made
be
for
gay.
kids.
Therefore, there
There
must
are
be gay
two.
sex.
There are two gay couple. I mean, one gay couple in this show. That is correct, and it was censored for the American audience.
Right, and it wasn't like it was a big deal once it was like we learned about it. It's like, oh, that's weird, but that's not a big deal. It's like, who cares? Because it wasn't part of the story. It wasn't part. Maybe one episode where one of them gets captured, I think, and they have to fight them back, and we found out they love each other, but it's a show for kids. Didn't bother anyone. The
Alex
censors.
did a super chat.
Alex? Okay, let me check that. Do. What do you got for me, Alex? Alex Halo. Oh, and Western Howler. Thank you. Didn't even see that. Democracy continues to disappoint. Yeah, well, this is why we have Elon Musk. Alex Halo, thanks for the 5. I can answer this for the video in just a few words. They're Yuri in Magical Girl because otakus want there to be. They're also Christian symbolism as well. Okay. Like summoning demons and what have you. They have a bunch of like pentagrams and crucifixes.
Japan has little to no Christians, but they really like the symbolism of Christianity.
They like a lot of symbols. In fact, yeah, they do a lot of glyphs of various denominations. It's not just one religion or two. There's a whole bunch. I've been seeing a lot of that in pretty much every isekai game, every show. Everyone who does magic has a glyph or a summoning circle or some kind of circular symbol that does a thing. So that's pretty common, despite it being in a world of technology or gaming interfaces that pop up and do things. Anywho, 3 minutes in, we've learned that suddenly, because girls, therefore gay, for no reason.
In children's shows.
Yeah, even though we know in this show specifically that girl with the pink hair is literally her daughter. So unless she becomes bisexual.
Oh yeah, I forgot that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like all the girls in this shot are all heterosexual. So
Yeah, which also made the whole potential romance with Tuxedo Mask completely null and void because you knew, okay, they're going to end up together because she knows she's going to have a daughter with her because her daughter from the future is visiting her.
yeah, and it sort of made us question: Does Tuxedo Mask really love her, or is it inevitable? Because is she giving her a hard time? Is she not yet the queen she's going to become? Does she have to grow into that? Then he loves her. Or like, what is the rival romance thing going on? That was interesting. I thought that worked for as a romance. But it didn't really shape her character that much. She was always about protecting her friends and making sure everyone's safe and destroying the bad guys. So
It was mainly clumsy and about eating snacks.
yeah, she's not that great a hero as a person. Like her virtue is she tries not to disappoint her friends. She does, in fact, do it a lot. But yeah, no, she cares about her friends. It's a big deal. Big message of the show, in fact.
All I remember is that her heroism mainly consists of transform, say, I forgive you, I love you anyway, you're a good person anyway, and then love beams you into being nice.
And you turn people into like pillars of salt with your magical moon power. That was always cool. Anyway, here's Legacy for $9.99 because we're on sale here at the Smudcast. Tuxedo Mask, Moon Knight, and Gambit was the inspirations for Sierra's boyfriend, the Silver Bandit. I gave him moon-based powers because Blutz waves sound like a cool concept for superpowers. Is that your own story? The Silver Bandit?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I don't know who Sierra
Legacy, we don't you need to give context.
Yeah, I think it's his own story. That sounds about right. But yeah, it's
Let's push play.
Hey, find out in the next super chat, Smud.
oh no. Stay tuned for the next Legacy Super Chat in 5-10 minutes. Okay.
Therefore, due to sheer numbers, there's going to be an increase in the likelihood of queer themes, simply because characters of the opposite sex are less involved.
Queer theme?
No.
Wait a second.
That's not usually how that works.
So, because of probability of there being one gender mostly on the screen, therefore gay.
Yes.
I mean,
Even though gays are
Homogeneous
extreme minority.
representation of like a pool of people means that some of them are gonna be gay.
You could technically, and this happens all throughout genres and media and stories, have characters whose minds are warped, or they're in possession of another body, or they think they're someone else and they fall in love with another character and they both happen to be in the same body of the same gender. That happens all the time in science fiction, fantasy, you name it. So that's nothing special. But not like, I am female character and I love female other character. Unless it's like a background thing, like with Neptune and Uranus, which is just, they come prepackaged. They're a package deal. It's not like they announce themselves as loving men and they have a change of heart and that's a whole arc and they go through a journey of understanding themselves. No, that never happens. It's just, this is my lover.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And we go, okay, sure.
We just watched this smurfette principle bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So it's either the smurfette principle where there's only one female, or it's everyone's female and thus they need to be lesbians.
Yeah, so the same applies to
Quite
the
the
Smurfs.
reverse is, isn't it? Because Tuxedo Mask is the only male.
Well, with the
Is it the
Smurfs,
tuxedo principle or is he the smurfette?
like, you imagine the Smurfs.
Yeah, Smurfette in this one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but even with this, imagine there were like gay Smurf, or I don't know, whatever two guys who were Smurfs were openly gay. That would not be appropriate for the Smurfs. That would be kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because the Smurfs are for 5, 6, 7-year-olds.
Yeah, that would be really wrong. I don't think I don't think that would ever happen though in the Smurfs, because that would be silly. For this in Japan, it's super popular. They deal with themes like killing and saving the world a lot. So having a bunch of background characters or secondary characters being into each other is like whatever. But it barely happens. It's barely addressed. She has to have better examples.
Copper Owl wants
She
to
only
join.
knows. This is what I want.
Sorry.
Yeah. And this is what I wanted to say earlier with the mangaka that have always done gay shit. She only brings up recent and popular examples. Sailor Moon isn't recent, but it is massively popular in the West. Noralities only knows the upper crust of what exists, the upper popular crust of the present day and all-timers.
Yes.
She has never actually read manga in that have gay themes of any kind, or trans themes. There have been sex transformation manga for decades. It's usually little stories, little one-shots, a few chapters. There are very few series that have more volumes. Ranma is the fun version. It's just a comedy. It's not actually the centerpiece. It's just the gag. And Tyler Preston mentioned one older series that ran during a similar time that was less. It also had comedic elements,
Right.
but it was a full story. That was Futabakun Change, and that was the entire. It was basically also a standard story with the guy and the girl, childhood friend, love interest, and guy. I forgot why and what. Also got some curse thing going on that turned him into a lookalike Marilyn Monroe of his stature. And he then had with that he had a modeling career, and also tried to reconcile that with actually he wants to be with that girl though. And this is a complete series. The story has a conclusion. Noralities probably never heard of it.
Well,
That thing was actually well written.
I think your point is that we have entire categories, and I seem to remember the boys love category or the yaoi category, which specifically tells the audience there are homosexuals in this. That's how good we've gotten with our manga and anime, that before you even pick up the book, the editors or the authors or whatever tell you, by the way, here are the themes, here are the content. This is what you're getting. Because a lot of people don't like certain things. And if they see like an element of that, they're immediately going to stop reading or stop buying the manga. So if you're going to argue that, oh, by the way, magical girls are secretly part of the girls' love or the Yuri genre, you better have a damn good association and evidence linking these two things. Like, you're going to have to try really hard, because we already have categorized all the manga and anime out there. And all you got to do is go to Google, look up boys love or yaoi and magical girl, or Yuri and magical girl, and you'll figure it all out right there. I'm sure there's some out there that they do have female or all female, or they're mostly female lesbians who are magical girls. I'm sure there's one or two out there, but not all of them.
Oh yeah, and Sofa King Immature also mentions Anima Plus. I think you forgot the plus at the end. That manga was even, it's a fantasy one. That one was even translated into German. You can buy it here in comic shops. Noralities knows nothing. She obsesses over all the gay, everyone being gay, but she doesn't even seem to look up manga with gay themes or trans themes.
Which is weird, because we've seen her use the indexes of a certain website to show this is like the summer schedule, and there's this genre of whatever. And she was like talking about how many there are of men and women or whatever nonsense video she made. So she knows how to use these tools. She just didn't bother with...
Yeah, I would expect her especially, her of all people, to be the very type that clicks on the tags, gets all the stuff, reads it all, and faps to all of it.
Yeah, well...
But she doesn't know about anything. She's retarded.
All right, let's try and keep going. The Copper Owl. Can I join? I always wanted to rip her a new one. This is going to go on for a very long time. Maybe later on, if we're still interested, because this could go either way. We could love it because it's so stupid, or we could hate it because it's so stupid. And at that time, I'll just bring whoever on and wants to rip her a new one. But right now, I think between Whisp and everyone else, we'll have more than enough commentary. But again, later on, if we're still going, I'll be happy to bring you on.
And Howler and Cyric are on so rarely.
Yeah, I know. All right. Oh, we got more money coming in. Look out. Rebel without a cock. Interesting. Okay. This absolute mongoloid thinks because there's no men in a story, that means that women in a story will be gay. I guess gay men don't exist. She never heard of the token gay friend trope. I know she needs help getting dressed in the morning, but come on. Now I want to see a story that's a boy's love or a girl's love story, and then you have the standard heterosexual couple off to the side. they're just there having a life and doing everything normal, and they're just like having gay sex all over the place.
She should become roommates with Lindsay Ellis and Red and
You're
Maggie
suggesting
Mayfish.
that she isn't already.
What
You
happened?
think she lives in Maggie Mayfish's cupboard?
Yes. Behind Maggie Mayfish's
Ketchup
green
collection.
door.
No,
and Maggie Mayfish lives
Beyond
in
the green
lives,
door,
lives in Lindsay
you will find
Ellis's
Noralities.
closet.
Lindsay Ellis's ketchup Heinz closet. Yeah. Okay.
She stacks her ketchup bottles.
She must put them somewhere. They don't just disappear. They're not in the fridge. They gotta be somewhere. Anyway, JJJ Madness. Now not on sale. We're at $10, so put your pennies away. When you get right down to it, Noralities and people like her are just sociopaths who want to force their gay views on the world, even if it's wholly moronic and would lead to the death to humanity. I honestly don't think she thinks that far. I only think it's related to her fetish, which is anime, which is cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm convinced
Yeah,
at
but
this
it
point that
leads to
like
the death.
Noralities is just like some George Soros propaganda. Like it's funded by him.
She's a paid actor.
What is
No,
wait.
she's brainwashed.
what is Maggie May then?
No, she's a CIA asset. She's there too long at the goats.
Shorosh is higher than the CIA of Whisp, okay?
Yeah,
Learn
but
from the best.
Look. Her brain melted when she had to stare at goats for too long. And now she's the perfect asset to perpetuate the propaganda that will lead to the death of humanity.
So
We have
Although
the
she's not aware of it,
like
she's
Neil
just having
Breen,
faps.
Tommy Wiseau, George Soros.
no, I actually can respect Neil Breen and Tommy Wiseau for believing in what they wanted to do, even though everyone had the opposite reaction. They still believe strongly.
They don't spread like stupid sex messages like this.
This is true. They're
Yeah,
not perverts.
that makes them morally, ethically better people than Noralities.
Yes. They have horrible taste and weird production values, but they actually believe in what they're trying to do.
Exactly.
And I can respect that even if they make a bad product.
Diana Preston just said Noralities lives in the ketchup bottle like a genie.
Oh. And inside her genie bottle is like, 10 times the size, and it's just all anime posters of girls and gay boys. Can't you see what I see?
And Steven Universe.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. I can stare at Lita all day, but I gotta keep going.
Principle commonly applies to stories where there's some narrative reason for a gender-segregated cast, like being set in an all-girls or all-boys school, a sports team, or during war. But this can also overlap with the 1950s brand of misogynistic writing
What?
that's been dug so deep.
Wait,
Whoa!
what?
That
happening
is quite
here?
a jump.
How did we get from anime to telling us that Tolkien is misogynistic?
Whoa!
It's war. Of course, it's
Woman.
primarily men.
You need help inside a padded cell. You if anyone's prejudiced here against any sex, it's you.
Lord of the Rings is misogynistic. Got it.
Why? Is it because
That doesn't make any
fuck?
sense.
so Queen Galadriel is okay because she's an elf and female and magical, therefore she can hang out with the guys?
Because she's a powerful woman, therefore she is not misogynistic.
Why is the Bakshi Lord of the Rings on the image right now? Like that weird animated one.
Does she read books at all? Is this just whatever she watches has to be a cartoon?
No, she can't read. She's probably only consuming dubs.
How okay, so I gotta write this down. I'm getting pissed off here. So now Tolkien is misogynistic because there's no answer.
Maybe she'll elaborate. Push play.
All right.
She will just have made a statement. She won't explain. I bet you shouldn't
I
explain.
want the full sentence myself.
Girls or all-boys school, a sports team, or during war. But this can also overlap with the 1950s brand of misogynistic writing that's been dug so deep it accidentally circles right back around into homoromanticism. Like, there's no narrative
No
reason why the
fucking
story
way.
puts all the focus on the male characters and their relationship.
Are you what?
Because it's an adventure group, you
They're the ones
idiot!
getting the ring.
They're going to
No
war.
reason.
Basically, this is war, and this is a secret agent group that tries to sneak by in order to put the equivalent to what the nuke in the Michael Bay movie would do at the end into the place where you kill the villain of the story and blow him up with a nuke. That's basically what throwing the ring into
Let's try this one more
the
time.
volcano is.
So the men in this story, the four hobbits are single. Gandalf is single. Strider is single. I believe Elrond is married. I just don't know with who.
Elrond is married.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gimli's
And he has children
married.
at the time.
Yeah, Gimli's married, I think. And Legolas is single at the time of Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
I could be wrong. So would you rather send women to war? Is that what Norality is saying?
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
she's saying. She wants
Other
to.
women, not
She's.
her.
But yeah, she wants to see the strong female woman that can be better than any man. Like, what was her name that who they invented for the Hobbit movies? Something with T.
Rostico.
Taldriel or some bullshit. Tambriel.
There's three main female characters in the Hobbit, and well, no, there's more than three, but the fighters that Galadriel's one of them.
Galadriel's not a fighter.
Well, she kicks ass at certain scenes.
Yeah, but she doesn't do it with a sword. She's not a fighter.
Oh, that's fine.
Is, if anything, she is the one who does the politics.
Right. But she's still a powerful character.
Yes. And she has powerful magics, but she is not the one you see on the battlefield slaying orcs.
Yeah, there's Eowyn, which is the fighter person. There's Arwen. I don't think she's in. Wait, is she in The Hobbit? Where is it? Which one was it?
She's in Lord of the Rings.
She's in Lord of the Rings. Okay, good. Yeah. There's not too many that are fighters per se. But that's...
The Hobbits aren't fighters, for one.
Yeah, you're right. So... I mean, would you want an even weaker hobbit running through Mordor?
Yeah, someone who's emotionally unstable, maybe has a period right when we go through the orc camp.
Where they can smell you?
Swamp.
And they know
with
you...
the spider. Oh god. All these prey animals and mystical beasts that sniff you out, and then there's the are you having your period? Yeah, because I can smell it, and if I can smell it, so do all the beasts, and they really like the smell of blood. Like, that certainly sounds like a wonderful story to read.
Yeah. Keep in mind, this is all for Tolkien's kids, and this took a decade or so. It wasn't just all in one summertime. It was over the years.
This is 14. Lord of the Rings is for teenagers and up.
It's really deep,
all ages, for
epic
teenagers
fantasy.
up.
Yeah, it's not just your typical, hey, let's go to another world where there's cute cat girls and skeletons to fight in a dungeon somewhere, and wacky hijinks. Oh no, this is freaking war.
The Hobbit book is for is actually for children. Those are good night stories.
Yeah.
Every chapter is basically one story, so it has a beginning and an end. It's completely contained, and makes you want more. But now you're tired and you go to sleep. It has a completely different structure on how it's written.
Oh no, the Peter Jackson movies make me go to sleep, Wisp.
The Lord of the Rings makes me go to sleep because he's describing the entire journey. Tree by tree, river by river, rock by rock, grass blade by grass blade, which is insofar okay as it really makes you feel, this takes.
But I feel like a detail-oriented person like yourself would appreciate that.
To a degree, on first read it's amazing. On reread, it's like, oh god, this is, and then I know, okay, it's so many more pages until something happens.
Yeah, I told this story before, but I gave up on the third book when I was like 9 or 10. I just fell asleep. I couldn't take it anymore. But it was awesome. Like, Lord of the Rings is huge. It's awesome. Lots of lore, lots of characters. Great for kids learning how to read, getting into the genre. It's good stuff.
And on that note. The Wheel of Time books, while a great world, a great overall story, great characters, has weaknesses in writing as well, bigger than Lord of the Rings, because Tolkien knew what he was doing. Jordan is just self-taught, if you will, and he has some writing oddities that eventually, once you spot them, they start getting on your nerves. But a couple books in.
So let's just say that Tolkien wrote a lot of male characters, not because he was misogynistic, but because he was writing a story about war, and he was in the war, and he hung out with his war buddies, and they were all guys. Okay? Let's just go with that.
That's usually what war is like. You don't see many women on the front line.
Yeah.
Relationships and barely includes any female characters in a way that's actually substantial. Other than that, the author just doesn't care or doesn't...
Wait a second. I could apply this to a magical girl story or an all-girl cast. Why aren't there any male boys, or, I have to say male boys because...
Woman good, man bad.
Yeah, in an all-girl school. Like, whoa, why didn't the author create a male character in your all-girls school setting? Why can't that be? They just hate boys. That must be it.
Why isn't Noralities fighting at the front line in Ukraine?
With what? Her
Maybe
pencil?
she is. She's making these apocalypse-like videos right now.
Her Wacom tablet's going to shatter over someone's face.
She made like a HQ at Chernobyl.
Oh, God.
Know how to write women. And in that case, then obviously the audience is going to become more invested in the main relationship you've spent days or months or sometimes actual real-time years cultivating.
Oh, fuck. Like, no, you're not giving me this shit again. Like, is this gotta be another one that, like, Frodo and Sam
Oh
are
my
getting?
God, they're straight. Men
In
can
her
show
mind, we went over this. In her mind, they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Because they, male affection for one another. Because we went through hell. We went through hell and back. If not, we didn't just. It wasn't just
what
there
is
and
that?
back again.
Yeah,
it was through hell and
there's
back.
other emotional states and relationships outside of sex. In case she didn't know that, it does happen.
She doesn't.
They really like each other, so now they should have sex. Why don't have sex? Is this person against the gays?
It must be Tolkien. He hates women. Or
Yes.
or something.
Well, actually, he did. But
Sorry.
yes.
Like, how does she even comprehend the love between a parent and a child?
Well, it's gotta be sexual.
Oh.
Like maybe
God,
she has
please.
something with the dad.
Okay. Already, I want to stop. I know where this is going to go nowhere. This video.
I told you I thought she was blacklisted.
No, this is too entertaining.
I just wish I had something stronger to drink. Anyway.
of a hastily tacked on love interest mentioned in a single line as an afterthought. Anyway, a typical magical girl series usually has a main cast of all girls, with let's say one male love interest for the heroine,
That is massively
which leaves
sexist.
anywhere from 2 to 4 to 9 other characters with an unaddressed lack of romantic subplot, which an author
What do you mean? This is what she's inserting this headcanon. Why don't you address the magical robot genre? It's perfectly well aligned with magical girl genre. Where are the magical automatons? You're against androids. You're a gynophobe.
Gynophobe.
Gynophobe? Think you mean
That's
androphobe?
great.
Gyno and android.
Automophobe?
You hate all of them. I don't know which word to use in that regard.
Well, she is inventing new
Beautiful.
words, so
yeah, I
I
may
think
as
it's
well.
only right for Smut to come up with new words.
Automophobe. There we go. Here's the Ooga Chaka Ooga. Sorry, did I pronounce that?
Awesome.
Ooga Chaka
Ooga shaka, ooga
Ooga
shaka.
Ooga
Ooga.
chaka, ooga, ooga.
Okay, whatever. Mental Noratardation. You see, since there's not many women in the group, that means every single character in Lord of the Rings wants cock up their ass. I could believe the orca are gay, though. I mean, remember, looks like meets back on the menu, boys. Oh, orcs. You said orca.
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 the kind of orcas that eat moose in the water.
Oh,
Yes.
those kind, yeah. Jesus. Anyway. Oh no, another super chat. I have to read it. Okay. JJJ Madness, thank you. I'm convinced that Noralities cannot watch media without thinking, when are these characters going to make love? Yeah, it just... Why aren't they having sex yet? What's the problem? What's the holdup? Why is the pacing so slow to get to the bedroom? I don't get it. Anyway. She was mentioning something about female casts having many females in them. Here we go.
can handle a couple of different ways. Most of the time, they just won't get a romantic subplot, which is totally fine. If every character
You just
had a
showed us
romantic
8-year-olds.
subplot, it would lead to being tangled up in a love dodecahedron, which not
A love dodecahedron. That's a
I don't
pentagon.
think you know what a dodecahedron is.
The amount
And
of
this is not it. This is not it.
there are numerous amount of vertices in a dodecahedron. Do you mean the faces of a dodecahedron? Then there would be 10, yes, but this is more than 10, and these are just characters. The links between. Why am I even contemplating this? This is
No. A dodecahedron is a 20-sided one.
Dodeca or deca?
Dodeca. Yeah,
Oh.
a decahedron.
Did she say
10.
dodeca?
Dodeca. She said dodeca.
Okay, fine. Even then, There's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Anyway, I don't like these mathematical terms in my brain. It goes, what? No, because
I thought you liked your old Greek.
when it's used properly, yes, I love it. When the people invent words or use words improperly, my brain goes, what? That's not geography. That's not geometry. What is that? Okay. Let us continue.
Every story is going to have room for. Or, as mentioned before, the writer can either invent or upgrade a minor, often disposable side character of the opposite sex for one of the main characters to fall in love with. The problem posed with this method is that these characters are often extremely forgettable because they usually have no bearing on the main plot and exist just to be a token love interest.
So?
Which leads me to the third option, have two of the main cast fall in love with each other.
What? What do you mean?
That's not necessary.
That's not necessary.
It depends on the story that you are telling. You don't need to do that every single time.
Why is this an
Oh,
option for
fucking
her?
God.
What is she trying to get at? Is she writing the story? What's going on? Is she just...
She just wants lesbians. That's just it. Give me lesbians.
So the first option was what? Male and female main characters? Second was tertiary characters who aren't related to the main plot. And the third one is main characters again, only they're gay? What?
Yeah.
Does she know not every story has to have a romance genre with it or subgenre?
No, she is. So what I believe is because she is so full of magical thinking, where her head instantly runs away with her headcanon as it must be the real thing, and substitutes it for reality. That this is not just narcissism with her. This is borderline. This is full blown borderline. She's just caught up in everything esoteric nonsense.
Okay.
And makes up her own rules about reality
I'm
tells us this is how it really is.
Yeah, I'm beginning to realize, you know how women or older women, middle-aged women, whatever, they love romance stories, love novels from Daniel Steele and all these other writers for that kind of genre. I think anime has become this sort of respite for, I wouldn't say the woke crowd, but just women who are weird and they project their fantasies onto, oh, it's so cute, if only they fucked, like sort of mentality. The headcanon keeps going, and then the fan fiction / fiction gets going. And they just see it because it's, oh, I'm just watching cartoons, Dad. It's not a big deal. Whatever.
It's the same as it's a variant of, oh, I have my magical crystals energizing on the windowsill, and if I place them in the right way, I can channel to my zodiac sign in the right moon phase to communicate with my guardian angel. It's the same. This is basically that about gender nonsense and everybody's.
Oh, you were talking about the people that think crystals. I was confused for a second.
No,
they do believe all of these things, Howler. I've worked in a tea shop. These people, esoteric people, love to come to tea shops.
They tell you all this shit. The two of you just described the Homestuck community.
I can believe they're full of borderliners.
Because it's all about shipping. They just want to see two people together no matter what.
Yeah.
It's like the Final Fantasy VII house.
Yeah, like she's eventually going to bring up revolutionary girl Utena. That's the inevitable discussion.
Oh, she will. I watched this. She will.
Oh, she will?
It's very short, though.
Like that would, to me, would be, that's what you should focus on, because that's the main plot, is about getting the Rose Bride, who happens to be female, and the prince is also a female. That's pretty straightforward. As weird as that show is, that would be your crux, and you build it off that. Not Sailor Moon.
But say, Agent Ica is full of female characters. Are they all gay with each other?
That's a crazy Agent Ica. Guys, if you like panties, oh boy, you're gonna love Agent Ica.
It is the anime with the highest panty shot density in history.
Girls and their legs and their the part where their legs connect, you're gonna love that show.
There are more panty shots than frames in that.
It
anime.
is amazing, yeah.
And that is not an overstatement.
It becomes almost not comical, just sort of like you get numb to it afterwards. Like, okay, yeah, doing another.
Yeah. It's a
bicycle
great
kick.
way to. You said something very interesting there. Maybe that's the right thing to get some porn addict out of the porn addiction by just overexposure.
With ecchi anime, not porn or hentai anime.
Well, yeah, but the general idea of just overexposing so much that it's just it's just dead, like you're out of serotonin.
Your brain's like, nah, doesn't do it for me. Unless there's
you just
a
run
giant
out of
tentacle
of
monster
chemicals.
impaling like 7 women at once with 4 tentacles. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
And you just feel nothing anymore.
Oh my god.
And that then leads to withdrawal, and you completely reset, and then it's just hand holding again.
Oh, maybe it's better than alcohol's problems. That's for sure. So all right.
Yeah. If you have porn addiction, try watching Agent Ica. It might reset you.
Alrighty.
From a narrative standpoint, the latter is more interesting than inventing or upgrading a love interest, because it's a relationship between main characters who are going to continue to remain relevant and be a part of the main action, and who the audience is already more likely to become invested in.
Are you okay? Are you some kind of a retard at this point? I know we know she is, but you're trying to tell me let's upgrade a male character into the gay because that would be better. Because he's a main character. That would make way more sense.
I knew that she's got to go for that.
Can you imagine? Hey, you know what? Riker's not getting enough female romance. Why doesn't he fall in love with Geordi? How about Picard? That'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
Picard.
Yeah.
Well, like Q and Picard. Like, what a good relationship
what a great idea. That's fantastic. Let's write that.
These are what these fuckers are doing to my favorite DC comic characters. I hate it.
Oh, wasn't like Batman announced to be gay now?
Oh, it's bullshit.
No. I refuse to believe it. No.
It
And I
doesn't
wouldn't
matter
lie.
because nobody reads that shit anymore. So.
Well, yes, but I wouldn't lie. And people say, well, superheroes are inherently queer energy because they're hiding their identity and shit. Like, fuck off.
I know there's gonna be a comic Drake video just titled like that.
Can't you tell when you put on the spandex and fly around in the nude, you're really asking to get anally raped by your villains? Isn't that
After seeing George Clooney as Batman, I knew that it's gonna be gay. Because he's gay in real life.
The only thing that George Clooney is raping is the German tax money.
Oh my god.
Well, even more gayer than now. Thank you.
People actually say that these things are, they give off queer energy. I'm like, the fuck is queer energy? You mean you're just attracted to these characters, so you're projecting your own sexuality onto them?
Well, it's kind of like
Not
hell
just
energy
sexuality,
from Doom.
but fetishes.
Yeah, no, it's fetishes for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of heterosexual women who want to see gay men having gay sex.
Good for them.
Yes, the same way
That's
that
fine.
there are men that like to see lesbians. That's clearly fine.
Yeah,
my problem is
with the difference that heterosexual women also enjoy lesbian porn. But heterosexual men do not enjoy seeing homosexual male porn.
Wait, I think we just solved the problem with the rallies. She's just a failed fanfic writer who likes animation more and drawing more, so she'd rather just talk about her fetish and draw stupid pictures of herself in different poses.
Yes. I'm fine with people having their fanfics. I have a problem when you start affecting real shit.
Yeah. That's why she makes these horrible videos.
There's obviously an audience for it. I just don't know who these people are.
Yeah, people as horrible as her.
All those 200,000 people.
See, that's the sad reality, because you have to take her and then dumb her down by 90%. And then you have this bottom of the barrel sort of person watching this going, oh, she speaks to me. This is exactly what I want. And there's all these upvotes, and they share it with their friends on Reddit and God knows what else.
Especially impressionable pubescent teenagers.
I don't know. Maybe. I hope it's the young. It's not the old.
It's mostly pubescent teenage girls and borderline girls in their 20s.
If it was older men and women, I'd be terrified. I'd be, whoa, that's scary.
Now I can imagine the 40-year-old plus women also doing this, because that was a lot of the audience in the Twilight movies. And 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah,
a lot of is older women.
Yeah.
And have you seen the Harry Potter audience in the last movies?
Yeah,
There's a lot of middle-aged women.
I will say one thing. Whenever comic books say someone is bi, it means they're gay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's more time spent with them. So, yeah, the magical girl genre does have at least a slight natural inclination towards queer narratives, because it usually focuses on same-sex characters. But the most important
makes no
factor by
sense.
far has to be because the core themes of the magical girl genre overlap with the queer experience.
No.
The
Oh,
fuck?
she's really bringing this up that you mentioned.
Oh, the queer experience again. We were just talking about that. We have a secret identity, and only
Morality.
gay people have ever had secret identities.
Noralities, you fucking bint.
How did she?
You having a wardrobe malfunction and dyeing your hair like that of a poisonous frog, in the colors of a poisonous frog, doesn't mean you're queer. It just means you have shitty fashion sense.
With Sailor Moon, her
Queer is a completely useless term.
all the transformations are done with magical makeup power from the planet they're from, or whatever the piece of makeup that Luna or Artemis gave to them.
Whatever the magical familiar shed out.
Yeah, there's no like, oh no, I have to hide my. Yeah, you do have to hide your identity, but it's not like they're gonna find it out by looking at your magical pen eyeliner
Yeah,
thing.
in Sailor Moon, there's a glamour spell around.
Yeah.
So for the audience, they still look exactly like the girls, because the audience still has to be able to identify the magical girls from their normal selves.
Right.
But to anyone else in that world, it's set in one of the first episodes, they look completely different.
Also, I also say gays really don't have to hide being gay anymore, so it kind of defeats that.
Yeah, and the whole trans thing is not. It's not that we're hiding. It's that we're just trying to accommodate with what's around, and it does feel. The irony is that trying to fit in with the biological sex feels like role play, and that is annoying. Of course, part of it. It's partly annoying, but it doesn't feel like, oh, it's a magical transformation. I have superpowers. No, it's shit. Noralities. It's shit.
Right.
It's horrible. Stop fetishizing us, you disgusting piece of crap.
I wish they would disconnect the trans from the LGB group. Like that's a totally separate thing when we're talking about sexuality. Yeah.
In a way, there is so technically it has as much overlap with the L and the G, which is homosexuality, as the B has. Because the only problem that bisexuals have is that there is an homosexual element. Nobody has a problem with the heterosexual part of bisexuality. So basically, the LGBT is just homosexuality.
Yeah.
Meaning we can replace the L, G, B, and T with an H.
Yes.
Cyrek, that's your cue.
H.
H.
Oh, sorry.
Is that a reference
H.
to hentai?
No, it's
Yes,
H.
it is.
Sloppy.
No, yeah, it's a sloppy meme.
Oh, because in
Someone even got Jontron to say it.
oh well,
I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
I just know in manga that's how the mangaka writes pervert. They just put the
You
letter
know,
H.
interesting about the LGB
Yes.
thing. It used to be the G was first. It was alphabetized, and then lesbians said that they were more oppressed, so the L went first.
Yeah, because women.
All right, fair
Well,
enough.
honestly, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, 6 minutes in. I am
close with each other.
I'm scared.
So
I'm no longer confused. I'm just scared. I don't think I want to be here anymore. But anyway, let's keep going.
If we examine the core aspects that pop up in the magical girl genre, it's pretty easy to see how one could interpret these themes as a metaphor for the queer experience.
Well,
While
you.
there isn't a set age for being a magical girl, and they can be anywhere from 10 to 18 years old, most magical girls center on the
Those girls look they were 6.
yeah. Puni Puni Poemi is that's not Puni Puni Poemi. Oh god, forget I said that title. Never.
Oh.
Don't look it up.
Aha!
Doremi. Doremi. No, I lost track. It's too long ago.
Yeah.
God, I'm getting old. I've seen too much.
Yeah,
I have seen too much. I start forgetting. No, Doremi is about elementary schoolers.
Well, the fact that she put that on the screen while talking about sexuality was a little disturbing for me. But
yeah, but it's like I don't exactly remember, but it's like second, third grade, so they're about 8 years old or something, not more. And that to talk about these characters while saying, "Oh, that's the queer experience." Like you're talking about 8-year-old children, prepubescent, Noralities. You are a disgusting piece of shit that needs to be locked away before you hurt a child.
Okay, let's go.
Early to mid-teen years. Because this age marks the transitional period where you're in a sort of limbo of being not really a child, but not really an adult yet either. You're starting to face more responsibility while lacking a lot less of the freedoms. Going through the process of puberty marks
But
a
they're
physical
definitely not
change
adults,
on the
so
body,
don't make them.
and with that change comes self-discovery and the exploration of one's identity and expression of that identity. In the case of magical girls, that is often a secret identity, one they often feel they must keep hidden from their family due to the fear of the consequences of being outed. They lead a double life as a normal girl by day and sneak out at night to deal with problems other people their age don't have to deal with. In this way, magical girls are othered, becoming literally not like other girls, often due to factors that are beyond their control.
Like
Often,
what?
in the beginning, a magical girl will have a couple of normal friends, but over time will start to become closer with their fellow magical girls. This is because
This is because that's like becoming close with the other girls in your sports hobby.
If the story is about magical girls, they do magical girl things, and they talk together with each other because they're defeating the villain. That's the story. It's not
and that
necessarily
creates bonding.
It's not necessarily making them close. That's just where the story's headed. You could focus entirely on the day-to-day slice of life stuff, and then just have like a 5-minute scene where they get together and talk and fight, and they save the day.
You know, you can have more than one group of friends.
What? Impossible. They all have to like each other. That's why you have to bring them together and then be surprised that there's drama between some of them who don't like each other.
I have my coworker friends, I hang out with you guys, and I have gaming friends. These are different people.
You're betraying us. You must be jealous and harbor revenge plots.
And be secretly gay half the time, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around what she's trying to say. Secret identities make you could be gay. Like, what? No.
It's an analogy. Allegedly by her, it's supposed to be an analogy or can be read as that. And I want to strangle her for
this is
even coming up with the idea.
Interpretive nonsense. But yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, it shows that she doesn't understand anything about any of this. And she's and her background music is turning too loud.
Every time one of these freaks describe basic human interaction, I always get concerned about, are you not a human? This is normal.
Yes, they are not humans. Like, stop calling them humans.
I don't think
Thank you. Finally, you start to understand.
I don't think I've ever heard.
No, I always understood
this term of having a hidden identity growing up, or like everyone has their own things they don't share with other friends because it's secret to you or you're embarrassed, but it's not like I'm a superhero. I don't want to tell anyone how amazing I am. Okay.
Yeah, it's like liking Pokemon in the year 2000 in a place where you are still being beaten up for having a Game Boy.
Having a Game Boy back then was pretty awesome. Oh my god, you got a Game Boy? It's cool.
Yeah, not where I come from.
Also, Good Dragon points out you may not want your normal friends to be targeted by the villains.
Yes, that's like something about secret identity and all those other things that they don't understand.
Because they've made... Yeah, maybe they also think that, because I have the superpowers, I can always save my friends because I have the superpowers.
Yeah, guys, because having a secret identity where you could fly and shoot laser beams is very similar to liking men or women and not telling anyone.
Liking the same gender, yeah, as you.
Yeah.
Copper Owl brings up a good point in the chat. For people who use the secret identity as an excuse, they sure do like to expose themselves. Yeah, they're rubbing into everyone's faces that they're gay and trans, or what they believe to be trans. It never stops.
It is extension to the extreme with these people. Okay, so here's Tyler Preston. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Just a quick reminder: Sailor Moon is just a superhero story. Naoko Takeuchi just mixed the magical genre with Super Sentai Power Rangers. Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. This shit isn't that deep, honey. I would agree in essence, because when you look at it, it's cutesy, it's fun, it's silly. There's not too much depth to it. There's lots of drama because people die. There are characters who die. Some characters, I think it was the first or second season, Malachite dies. And one of the girls, was her name Molly in the English translation? And I don't remember her original name. She loved Malachite, and he had to die and all this crap. And he was a bad guy protecting her, and that was all very tragic. So she does deal with sense of loss and heroism and sacrifice. And for a show like Sailor Moon, which is just something you'd watch when you come home from school, that was like, holy crap. They killed someone off. And even though he was a bad guy, he was more than just a bad guy.
Bastards.
But yes, it is very Super Sentai-ish. You're right. Okay.
Because the bond between magical girls is created from their shared identity, goals, and interests. It creates a different level of intimacy knowing that a friend not only knows exactly what you're going through,
like little
but will
kids,
also
and she's
have your
describing
back no
like,
matter what.
I hate this.
The teen.
Oh, you mean like the Fellowship?
No, that's different. That's men.
You're like a comrade, like a war buddy, like a dude who's working on the same job as you, and you have the same task. Maybe you have different specialties in how you accomplish that task, but you all have the same goal. Yes, like every plot in every story where there's a secondary character. Thank you. That has nothing to do with sex. This is...
Oh, she's already having the hearts on the screen.
It's like, yeah, you have other characters in the story aside from the protagonist and antagonist, and they help each other or hinder each other. Yes, you're right. That doesn't mean it has to be sexual or involve intimacy or romance or anything like that.
Years are also when many people try dating for the first time. And with dating and romantic interest comes the turbulent period of first loves and...
Wait, she compares dating to going through hardship?
Don't even bother.
Together? What?
It's not worth it.
Fuck?
Well, this is one of those responsibilities, Whisp, because she needs to pretend to be human, so it's already like a hardship for her.
It reminded me the first time I had a big glass of beer. I got sick and threw up, just like life when I married Bob, and Bob was a bastard, and I threw up all over him.
To pay my bills. It was terrible. I had to go to work.
Mentioning the not really human thing, I'm watching the Amber Heard trial crap, and the cross-examination was the today and yesterday.
Speaking of non-humans.
Yes, and I'm reading the chat, I'm skimming this Twitter crap platform, and it's really, people are more and more people are putting together, yeah, she doesn't really act like a human being, does she? The people are finally catching on openly through this very extremely public and attention-grabbing trial, because these are high-profile people, that people with narcissistic, borderline, histrionic personality disorder, and she shows signs of antisocial, of being a psychopath.
I'd say that.
That these people are not acting like humans at all and don't seem to understand humans. They don't have human affect. Noralities may have emotions, so she's not antisocial. She's just crazy. She's just crazy borderline.
I know we say that she's nuts, and I wish we could figure out exactly, because I'm sure there's something obvious that we're missing, or some sort of thing she's revealing to everyone, because she's always talking about sex and gender and blah blah blah. That it's probably
borderliners do.
I know, but there's got to be something.
PsyOp.
She gets paid to be crazy.
Yes, like literally from Patreon.
Oh yeah, we know that, but maybe not initially. But yeah.
Not yet.
Anyway.
China.
Yeah.
all that includes, such as unrequited love and panic. Magical girls will often have a crush on someone who they want to be with, but feel like they can't confess because they'll be rejected due to this core part of their identity.
Oh, just like male superheroes with
normal.
secret identities.
If I found out the person I like is a super heroine and can fly, I'd be like, oh, sweet. That'd be awesome.
Oh, so you can take care of yourself in case of danger. Awesome.
I could call her for help if I have a problem.
Okay. I'll still keep making the money so that we can pay rent and you go save the world, okay? Because you're obviously more powerful than I.
Yeah.
Give me rent.
I'm like, so not only are you a hot chick, but you can fly and you have super strength and you can melt people. Like, that's amazing.
That'd be awesome.
I'm like, sign me up, honey. Oh, boy.
Now, obviously, being a magical pink cat girl isn't exactly the same as being a closeted gay 13-year-old. But
Thank you.
these are the
At
same
least we
feelings
can't be
and
on the same
experiences
point.
that many closeted queer people go through.
No?
The fear of being outed, of rejection or alienation after coming out, having to be on eggshells and
You get over that.
The only place where this may happen in the United States is like extremely deep southern sections or inner city black neighborhoods, because we're not allowed to talk about the homophobia in black communities.
This is so 1980s. This is such maybe
Stuck in time.
Maybe the first time it'll happen, then you get over it because wait, I know what I want. I'm gay. I like this. What do I care what they think? Get on with my life.
Noralities. We don't live in Iran or Saudi Arabia or China.
It's like, oh, their precious hearts. Oh, their feelings. They have sexual feelings. Yes, so does everything that has hot blood rushing through their veins.
Yeah. Noralities. When I came out to the people here about the trans shit, nobody took offense to that in any way. I had not a single negative reaction with over a dozen people.
Is this...
Many even said, oh, that makes sense.
Is this the whole...
Which surprised me.
See, this is where I want to read into this because she's so weird. Is this because she has really conservative religious parents or something and she came out as being, herself? And
So conservative and religious
fantasy world.
that the father has burned CDs of Sailor Moon from Japan with yellow subtitles.
No, from all I've seen with leftists that I've interacted with over the decade, they live in this. So while they are all okay with all of this in their bubble, they still believe that everything outside of their bubble is like the 1930s.
Yeah, I have no problems talking about the same stuff we talk about here with anyone, but they're just not interested, so why would I bother? I wouldn't bring it up, right?
Yeah, they're in the government, they're making policy, they're making laws, and yet they still think that gay people are being hunted on the streets and being thrown off roofs. And they are being thrown off roofs, but by the very culture that you're protecting, because you think, oh, we're just having prejudices against them. In London, they made an old iconic gathering place for gay people, for the rainbow thing, into a mosque.
I bet they can't go there anymore.
They gave it to the Islamists, not just Muslims, Islamists.
That's pretty based.
Well, if there will be gay people in that building again, they will probably only learn flying.
Yeah.
Most powerful of HMs.
Yeah, and who gave it to them? Labour.
Yay.
Yay! Less Germans. Haha.
No, that's Britain.
Less gay Germans. Okay. Anyway, let's go.
Let's go.
Constantly hide a part of their identity from the people who are supposed to unconditionally love and care for them, and finding new strengths and a place of belonging from people who have similar
It's art style.
experiences and a shared identity.
Okay, there are very rare cases nowadays when, if you just come out from the closet and your parents are just gonna be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
That's gonna be awkward by itself. But there are more cases because it's not a matter, and it's to the point that their identity has become a brain damage to the parents who are still trying to take care of them. And it's like more of like a dead weight on them, and eventually they just had enough. They will let go of them.
Like, I remember growing up and just starting to be interested in girls, and all my life growing up, whenever I started being attracted to girls and all that,
And then Kingdom Hearts came in.
Getting out of the kid mentality and all that, my parents were like, "Oh, we don't care who you like as long as you are comfortable with who you like." And they were very conservative and Christian.
Yeah. This is this is normal. Parents aren't stupid, you know. They're like, "Oh, we love you. We don't care what you do or within the limits of the law and this and that.
Yeah.
We just want you to be happy."
Yeah, we will only hang you if you make this corporate art that we see on the screen here, because that is a crime against humanity.
I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, it's interesting.
Mine straight up said that like you shouldn't be gay, like because like they tell like I was because I was watching anime, which is pretty understandable.
You know, this shit reminds me of the abstract art that existed for a time in Soviet Russia.
It's a bit propagandish, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and why do they have these askew mouths again? These askew smiles that only psychopaths have. This is a thing. This is in the Cal Arts bean mouth style. That is part of it because it makes sense when you see the character from an angle, of course, somewhat. But they also have it from the frontal view all the time. But a frontal asymmetrical smile is something that is not nice. It's malicious. It is all asymmetrical facial expressions are negative, aggressive, or malicious.
Yeah, it feels
scheming,
like a retarded,
evil.
You know how Byzantine art has no perspective or no understanding of body proportions? This is like Byzantine art, only the artist
only worse.
Purposely said, we're not going to do perspective, we're not going to do proper body shapes and sizes, we're just going to do this flat primary, secondary color.
Proportions are so normative.
Those necks are driving me nuts. What the hell?
Yeah.
Giraffes.
Anyway, let's keep going. Parsley is the fourth. Thank you. Listen, if I have a kid that tells me they are gay or bi or talk and or whatever, and I'd like to think I'd be okay with it, but by God, if they come out and tell me they are a Gend Impact fan, I will hang, draw, and quarter them.
Genshin Impact.
Yeah. Genshin Impact is that bad. Okay, I understand. Some people hate certain games. I understand. Oh, boy. All right. We're not even halfway. Holy shit. We got a long way to go.
Oh, we do it.
Oh. All right. Keep on going. If you guys want it, we'll do it.
Yes.
Entity. The out definitely different, but the root is the same. So it's clear to say that there is potential here, but
the root is
this
the same?
didn't pop up from nowhere. There had to be something that started this trend, right?
No.
To figure out the answer to this question, we'll have to rewind and take a look back all the way to the 1990s.
What?
Why?
What? No, Sailor Moon is older than the 90s, you idiot.
Feel a little repetitive when talking about magical girls because
The anime
Noralities,
came out in the 90s.
The first magical girl anime was Cutie Honey. That's you are one if not 2 decades too late. God, I hate this idiot.
It's about like magical girls turning gay. That's when it turned.
Gotta be gay. Wisp. He doesn't have the gay. It's not worth it.
Hey.
I always inevitably return to talking about Sailor Moon, but you have to understand that if I didn't, it would be like writing an essay on important superheroes and then not mentioning Superman. Like, it's impossible. The two are
You can do that.
inextricably linked. Because, like it or not, Sailor Moon's success in one way or another has shaped the landscape of the magical girl genre for the last 30 years. Sailor Moon wasn't the first magical girl anime to exist, but its smash success made
That was not... No, Princess Knight was not a magical girl. there was a cross-dressing story, but not for fetish reasons, but for the historical, I need to hide my identity reasons.
Yeah, she
Not a
completely missed
magical
Cutie
girl,
Honey.
Idiot.
Cutie Honey was in the 70s, I thought.
Yeah.
It is.
And Cutie Honey is actually good. It has a story. A close story. It doesn't take 500 episodes to get somewhere.
Girls extremely lucrative and brought the genre into the mainstream. And one
Also,
of the
you
ways
can
that
go
it did
further
this
back.
was by establishing several key elements that previous Magical Girls series lacked. One being
look-
the
these
shift
guys look
from
cute and
solo
happy.
Magical Girls into team units and putting the focus almost entirely on girls, their relationships, problems, and goals. The reclamation of feminine interests and values as a source of power and strength and not a weakness. And lastly, the inclusion of queerness. The 90s anime made some changes
Where?
from the manga and created or edited several examples of queer characters over the course of the series, like making kunzite and zoisite lovers,
That one on the left never looked like a woman.
It was that. Who cares about some villains are going to get turned into pillars of salt? I don't really care. Like, oh, they're gay. Kill them. I don't care. They're villains. Like, destroy them. Eradicate them. They're the bad people. I don't care. What is?
Fish Eye's whole
Why would you concern yourself with the relationships, romantic or otherwise, of the villains who are there to harm humanity? Unless their philosophy is like some important thing that the...
Well, I did like the ones in Power Rangers, Zeta and the guy's name. I forget him. It was cute. They had a little relationship. Yeah, that was a comedy.
If it's taken as a comedy, it's great. But if it's like
Yeah.
serious drama, it's like, I don't... They're the villains. Like, I don't... We're going to see them in a bag in about 20 minutes, so...
Dr. Drake and Shigo.
Dr. Drake.
deal and changing the Starlights from cross-dressing women into being magically gender fluid. But the most important inclusion...
What?
No, they're not magically gender fluid, you fucking
No,
idiot.
they're just
They have a
cross-dressing.
magical spell that hides their identity because they don't want to be found and targeted while they sleep by Sailor Galaxy's goons. Do you fucking understand that? This is just a disguise. It's gender fluidity. You're turning everything into a fucking fetish and as if everything's serious. It's just a disguise. A disguise doesn't mean that you're gender fluid.
I think she just... No, I'm...
She makes me angry.
She makes me angry as well. But she sees all this stuff that the show presents and gives a logical reasoning for and explains as the story progresses, and it just is like it totally ignores it and like no, they're gender fluid.
They look pretty feminine to me. I don't know about you, but they seem to have adopted very feminine
Baby face.
qualities.
In their transformation, they do get breasts again.
Oh my god. Anyway, the Copper Owl.
That's
hey.
why also the color changes from blue to pink.
Oh, cool. If my kid said he was gay, I'll ask whatever teachers groomed him and go full Death Wish 3 on the entire school board. Oh my god. Let's hope that never happens. Okay.
Homeschool your kids.
Then you could, go, I guess, Death Wish 3 on yourself.
manga and anime was the relationship between Sailor Uranus and Neptune.
They got
because
turned
it was
into
the
incest.
first positive portrayal of a lesbian relationship in a mainstream manga or anime ever.
No,
I don't.
you just
think-
haven't read shit. I forgot the titles, but bloody hell, there was more like that during that time and before. You're just an idiot who only knows popular stuff.
Positive representation being the key word here. Up until this point, and actually for a while after,
I love
most
this part.
gay and lesbian characters would either be played for comedy or as sexual predators, or sometimes both.
What?
There are no gay sexual
accidental
predators.
So women pining for men or boys are sexual predators?
No, they're saying the lesbians would be sexual predators, which there are lesbian sexual predators.
Okay,
Yeah, they do exist.
but
And this is Noralities. Your problem is that you want to want to completely erase this dark side of it by, or not to. You just want us to not ever consider it, and that is what begets actual abuse.
Yeah, but in anime, especially even today, we have. I'm watching Komi-san. There's those two girls that are obsessed with Komi-san, but they're not predators. It's played for laughs. They're so obsessed with her that everyone's obsessed with Komi-san. It's not just her. They're just the female equivalent of. They're really into her, and they chase after her, and they want to be with her and hang out with her, and da 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 da. So. That's just like, but the whole show is crazy. The whole show is a pretty silly show. All the characters are over the top. They're not predators though. Like this is, you wouldn't, unless there's a serious dark comedy or an actual drama where the women are predators. And they actually like capture other women and drag them around. Okay, but I haven't quite seen an anime like that. Maybe there's one with a storyline with that element. Maybe. I have to think about that, but I don't remember, especially not for young adults.
Like in 1983's episode of Urusei Yatsura, which has two girls going on a date due to a wacky misunderstanding, makes a point to mention several times how this is a very, very bad wrong thing and the importance of straightening out these characters and putting them back on the right path. Remember, this was at a time when the Yuri genre, which is the term for Japanese media that broadly covers stories about the relationships between women and girls' love, was still in its infancy. During the 1970s and 80s, most Yuri works often had tragic endings, wherein even if characters were in a romantic relationship, they ultimately ended up dying or permanently separated. But by the 90s, tragic narratives had declined, and one of the reasons for this was Sailor Moon's influence on the Yuri genre itself.
No.
Sailor Moon wasn't created as a...
What? It's... The majority of the relationships in this story are heterosexual, if not longing for someone who's of the opposite sex. It did not boost the homosexual whatever of manga and anime. It might have been a hallmark of it. Say, oh, look, there's one we could point to, but that's because it was popular, not because it had 9 characters and 2 of them have to be gay. That's silly.
Yeah, can you please show me the gay magical girl, the magical girls that are gay for each other in Magical Girl anime after Sailor Moon? Because I don't think there are that many.
I would still say Revolutionary Girl Utena, which is the whole point of the show, is to get the Princess Bride or the Rose Bride, and the main character, the prince, is a female, would be more epic or more of a hallmark, because that's the point of the story. Not some. These are secondary characters at best. They're barely in the show, and they happen to love each other. It's like that's fine. Like it's just a thing to the side. It's not a major plot point. It's not. It might have been the focus of 1 episode or 2, but that's about it. They're always in the background.
Yuri work, but it has since then been claimed as one by the Yuri community. While the Sailor Moon manga does unfortunately lean into some of these stereotypes, like the predatory lesbian by having Uranus kiss Sailor Moon without her consent, which
because she is the male part of the relationship, she's the more forward one. She is, if you will, a tomboy. She's more playful. She's more dominant. Of course, she does that. If she was a boy, that would be completely normal for you. But you would then complain that, oh, this is a predatory man. This is so toxic. Oh, like all men. Oh, so bad, so bad. You're an idiot. Noralities. You're an idiot. You think everyone will always play nice and everything. Some girls want this crap. They give the wrong signals, or they don't give the signals, and this is why misunderstandings happen.
So the reason why, as far as I know, is Haruka did this is because she wanted to distract the other sailor soldiers. It was a technique to throw them off their guard.
It worked.
That was it. She's not actively pursuing. She's not actively interested. It was in. Was it Crystal or what the hell's the show called? I think it was in Crystal. 3rd season. Yippee-ki-yay. Who cares? There's plenty of girls kissing other girls in all sorts of romantic comedies. And that was not a romantic moment. That was a dramatic moment so that she can get away. Anyway.
Should mention the 1990s anime Removed, only for Crystal to put it back in 2016, which kind of feels like it's one step forward and 2 steps back.
No, there'll be one step forward, one step
It was
back.
different from previous depictions of lesbian characters because this wasn't a one-off instance or a misunderstanding.
Context, please. Explain why you think it's not a one-off instance. If it's used as a technique in fighting, not romance.
Played for comedy, or a character written in only to be immediately disposed of.
Uranus and
She's not disposed of, and it's not played for comedy.
Neptune are main characters, and Sailor Moon S is, for the most part, their arc.
They are not main
They are
characters.
introduced as antagonists, which at the time was standard for queer characters, but ultimately they become allies with Sailor Moon.
At the end of Sailor Moon S,
Not only do they survive, not only are they still together, they leave to raise their new adopted daughter together. Sailor Moon came out at the perfect time due to the changing cultural climate about gay rights in the 90s, and its immense popularity more or less opened the door for positive depictions of women-loving women in mainstream anime and the magical girl genre.
I'm sorry, this is a mountain out of a molehill. It's a side character with a specific relationship. It has nothing to do with the story.
And she is projecting what happens in the West to random things that come out of Japan.
Yeah, it's
That's
there's
weird.
so much
Things
manga.
that came out in the 80s in Japan.
Yeah, the 70s, 80s.
Well, that means.
Oh, the 90s in the West. We have Sailor Moon, where didn't we have DS9 have the first lesbian kiss in like episode whatever of season 5 or 6 of DS9?
Yeah.
No one gave a shit.
Yeah, and it was forced.
It was forced, just like it was forced
ham-fisted.
in the original TOS with the first biracial kiss. That was also forced. That was probably more of a landmark moment because in the 90s, no one gave a shit. Like, yeah, whatever.
But back in the 60s, everybody cared.
Yeah, see that makes sense because the West did.
Yeah.
I mean,
And in DS9,
remember-
you could smell how the scene was ham-fistedly written to come to that moment, and it's like,
Yeah.
can you get it over with and move on with the plot, please?
I remember whenever I was younger, and there were a whole bunch of news headlines saying Ellen DeGeneres comes out as gay, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
No one.
Wow.
No
You
one
can't get the
cares to
15
this
minutes
day.
of fame with that anymore.
Ellen's gay? Wow, never saw that coming.
Yet no one cares about if you're gay or whatever.
Yeah, no, it really.
Are you a normal? Are you a good person? Do you actually contribute to the community that you live in, the neighborhood that you live in?
Just
Oh.
don't tell them that you don't care about it, because then they gonna kill you.
Next, you're gonna tell me that
Oh my
Boy
God.
George and Karl Lagerfeld are gay.
What? Watching these guys is like watching the This Is Fine me with a fire. Because these companies are dying and they just keep adding more gasoline on it with the gay shit.
Yeah, they think that saves them. They believe or seem to believe that this is actually the demographic they need to appeal to make money, and I don't understand why it doesn't. Oh, we just need to make more so that society changes, and then we will make money again with this stuff. Like how you instead make what makes you money right now, which is not this shit.
Yeah.
Then you would make money right now.
Anyway, this is such a non-issue, but let's see what else she has to say. I don't know how far you guys want to go. We'll go halfway at least.
Yes, halfway.
Yeah, okay.
And then we part ways.
And its effects can be seen on several other notable anime that were more or less created in direct responses to Sailor Moon.
If we go
No,
farther,
such
do you want to
as-
put Owl here?
Yeah.
The manga for Cardcaptor Sakura was created by Clamp shortly before finishing their work on Magic Knights Rayearth and is overall very gay. It's notable for the best friend character, Tomoyo, having a one-sided, unrequited love for Sakura. Because Tomoyo knows that Sakura doesn't love her in the same way, she decides to put Sakura's happiness above her own and is content to remain as best friends. Her love for Sakura...
Yes, best friends, and like a little girl, she loves to put on dresses and put her friend also in dresses and loves how cute she looks. That has nothing to do with sex.
She's 9
That has
years old.
nothing to do with being gay, because being gay has to do with sex. These are not gay. They're best friends forever.
Kids.
Yes. Do you understand best friends forever? That's a platonic thing.
Is she going to bring up the actual gay male in the story or not? Because there is a gay guy, and he's interested in a guy who's bisexual, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Can someone tell me how old Cardcaptor Sakura is? Chat says she's 10.
I just said that she's 9 at the beginning.
Okay, yeah. She looks younger, but 9. Yeah, okay. If you say so.
All
right. There's no gay here, Noralities. If you think there's gay here, you're a pedophile.
Hands.
You are a pedophile,
gay.
Noralities.
All right.
Sakura's skating and they're holding hands.
Is completely selfless. Sakura's happiness is her happiness. 1 year later, in 1997, revolutionary girl Uta...
Here it is! Always revolutionary girl.
Ikuhara, a former director on Sailor Moon, particularly Sailor Moon R, the movie, and the 4th season, Sailor Moon S, which introduces Uranus and Neptune.
So, director, not writer? I don't admit that this was not an influence. Like, Sailor Moon influenced a lot of things, but I wouldn't go so far as to say, the director who was also on Sailor Moon influenced the writer.
Characters exist in the manga before the show?
Oh, yeah. Mangas come out way before the shows, yeah.
Then how is this gay director responsible for this?
Beats me. I mean, maybe she passed her notes to the writer of the show or the manga. I don't know. Oh, God.
So the gay director puts the gay stuff into the anime.
Somehow.
Okay, so what a surprise.
How did that happen? How was the manga written years before, which was also gay, was influenced by Sailor Moon, the anime, which came out roughly after it? Yeah.
It's almost as if gay people make the gay stuff for themselves and not hetero people for gay people. Because
It's
then,
like,
then this looks like shit.
It's like writers talk to each other and they just do whatever they want anyway. And maybe if they're lucky, a publishing house picks them up, but that's, that's about it.
The 3rd Sailor Moon film, Sailor Moon Supers, was originally going to be directed by Ikuhara. And
Supers.
Super
S is supers. Okay, whatever. We're English. What the fuck? I don't know.
It featured the first appearance of Uranus and Neptune as the main characters in a standalone story independent from the TV series. However, Ikuhara was unsatisfied by the limitations of the source material and wanted to push the series further. And in 1996...
I've tried to kill off Tuxedo Mask. Seriously?
Where's that? I want to see that again.
Standalone story independent from the TV series. However, Ikuhara was unsatisfied by the limitations of the source material and...
I've tried to kill off Tuxedo Mask in Sailor Moon many times, but no matter how many times I try to kill him, he gets resurrected, so I only get angrier.
That
of course a gay person would say
that.
If you kill him off, how does Chibi USA get born?
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Wow.
So the person
did he want to give Usagi a homosexual love interest?
Oh boy.
Is this an early incident of make the characters gay when they're not, but it was still prevented by sane people?
Maybe they had sex and then he dies and then I don't know.
Dies during climax.
Oh boy. Let's not go there. Anyway.
And then and then reincarnates as Usagi's daughter.
Good God. Like, we need more bullshit in Sailor Moon to just add to the whatever.
We have already stupid time travel crap right from the start.
There's all kinds of bull. There's once the cats start talking, that's when everything starts to get serious. You're like, what? They're princesses of the planets? Does that make any sense? How old are they? Kingdoms in the space. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a bit convoluted.
That's the normal stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Chibiusa, does she turn up in the second season or already in the first?
Yeah, she's the arch nemesis. What the hell is she called? She's the eventual villain of the whole shebang, at least from R, I think.
Yeah, but in look, you start the show right off with a time travel plot.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everything's bullshit immediately.
All right. So, couldn't kill off Tuxedo Mask for obvious reasons. Very good. Okay.
And wanted to push the series further. And in 1996, he left directing Sailor Moon to start his own group, B Papas, where he eventually created Utena. Utena is more or less what Ikuhara wished he could do with Sailor Moon, but never could, such as straight up killing the prince. And several of the
Okay, you know what? Utena is just basically an acid trip, so it doesn't really matter. You could derive whatever you like from it. It's fine.
Always look too gay for me.
Especially the movie.
Oh, it's crazy. It is like
They turn into cars.
Oh god, it's amazing. What? It is so crazy.
From JoJo?
No, crazier. It's absolutely nuts.
I always like, because it's a recurring thing. It's a relatively popular thing, and every time I thought, I haven't seen this thing yet, and then I look at the title art and think, no, I don't want to watch this. This is horrible. I don't like, because I hate this kind of style. I hate this kind of art style. And then I forget about it again, and then I hear the title, and I keep hearing, this people say this was good. Let's look into it. Oh, it was that thing. I don't want to watch it. Yeah. And this is this repeating cycle I'm stuck in with this crap.
Yeah, like XL Saga is just goofy, crazy, do anything you want, silly, fun stuff. Mm-hmm. And Utena is like dramatic, deep meaning fights.
Pretentious?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
A little bit, but
so it's Excel Saga, but pretending to be serious.
It's fun. Like, it's fun to watch. That's the thing. Like, you watch it, and there's like action scenes are crazy. Like the sword fights and the tower and all this cars, and it's nuts. Mm-hmm. So it's fun to watch.
Maybe I'll watch it,
but it's weird as hell.
Maybe I'll watch it with someone together, but I don't think I want to watch it alone.
Yeah,
I have that same feeling every time I hear Heaven's Lost Property. But I hear the Japanese name, I'm like, I should go and watch that, and I'm like, that's that series. I'm not interested in it.
Hey Smud, did you want to let Al in since we're going to do this longer?
If he wants to come in, we're only going to be for another few minutes, so may as well. Where are Jay? There he is, I think. We're just getting people into the chat.
Oh no, Cryer has at 69. There is one worse than Excel Saga. That was also made by Koshi Rikudo, and it was so over the top that he stopped it after the second episode because he thought, like, this is too much. This is I can't continue this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll hopefully get him here before we leave, but that's fine. Anyway, Utena Girl, yay!
Concepts for the plot of the Supers film, such as Neptune being in a 1,000-year deep sleep at the end of the world and a chase scene on flying horses, were repurposed instead into Utena. Revolutionary Girl Utena is also extremely gay, with student council member Juri Arisagawa having a semi-unrequited love for Shiori. But it's most notable for the relationship between protagonists Utena and Anthe. While it is complicated,
she just happens to be a girl. That's it. There's nothing. I don't see it as that sexual. I really don't. It's all symbolic. It's all like, as you can see on the screen, there's lots of stained glass and over the top settings and the castles and towers and highways. Like, it doesn't make sense. And there's barely any physical romance, like actual touching. It is there, but it's very simplistic. It's very romantic. It's not sexually oriented. So I don't quite get what she's getting there. That's the point. It's supposed to be symbolic.
No camera.
All right.
It makes the visuals break.
What happened?
Copper all joined, but had his camera switched on, or tries to.
He's trying to use the dick cam.
We just keep going while he's trying to load.
Okay.
Oh god. What have you done to the chat? There we go.
My bad.
There we go.
All right. We got 2 minutes left. Then we can go for a drink. At least I am. I don't know about you guys.
Same.
Okay.
Okay.
And the series is about much more than just romance. As the story unfolds, they become closer and closer until by the end they have slowly fallen in love with one another over the course of the entire series. While the anime is less explicit and could be seen as falling into the tragic Yuri tropes from the 70s and 80s, I do interpret the anime's ending as positive. And the follow-up film Adolescence of Utena is much more explicit and overtly hopeful in its execution. By the late 90s, there had been a major increase in magical girl series being produced, which has only started to decline in recent years. And with that, a pattern emerged of the repeated inclusion of sapphic themes and lesbian characters. Now,
From where?
Hold on.
Examples.
Which
Hold
one?
on, I see Kill la Kill there. No.
Kill.
Kill la Kill is there. Ryuko only
It's a
kissed
magical
her.
girl anime.
It's a magical girl, yes. But Ryuko only kissed her to fry her freaking brain.
Yes.
That is the only reason that happened.
But Noralities doesn't understand that. She sees, it's a kiss, oh, they must be hot for each other.
No, they absolutely hate one another.
I'm trying to remember in the Fate show, who's gay in that?
Everyone.
All
And
the-
Flip Flappers is also not gay. My god.
Didn't see that one.
I know that
Flip Flappers
am
is some psycho stuff, but it's not gay. From what I
am?
remember.
Yeah, you're in. I heard you.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
I think Flip Flappers was
What?
made by the guy who made Kaiba.
Really? Oh wait,
Some similar animation styles.
there was a character called Miyu Edelfelt has a crush on what's her name? Elia in Fate Kleiner blah 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 whatever it's called. But that's not even like
Does Fate even count as magical girl?
in that one, yes, that is specifically the magical girl version of Fate. Yeah.
Okay.
it's gonna do a thing, but the technology, trying to figure it out, it's throwing me off my groove.
The technology is not.
Try doing it.
Your voice thing is yelling at us.
It's okay.
All right.
It just sounds
know.
like some Mandalorian communication interference.
It sounds like you have
Give
a
me a
gas
second.
leak or something. Like don't light a match, please. Just for
Hold
your
on, Give me
safety.
a second.
The CIS are,
Your internet gas is leaking. That's what's happening. Anyway, we're almost done. Let's just go for another minute.
Now, I will be the first to admit that these series are not created equally. Not all of these are necessarily good or positive examples of lesbian representation, and that has to do with how lesbian media is produced and consumed, especially in Japan.
No, that's because the stories have nothing to do with it, you retard. That's nothing to do with the concept of lesbianism in anime.
You mean because, or do you mean because lesbians like to watch lesbian porn?
What is this logic?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Where did this come from?
I
She
gave
just
up
wants.
a long
I think
time
she
ago.
just wants the. She's obsessed with romanticism, the platonic part, but then also she wants the sexual part, but she doesn't really want it. But she wants to fantasize about it. It's like she wants. I think she is the kind of fetishist that wants the eternal tease, like the eternal foreplay. that never comes to fruition. I think that's what she wants.
It's like saying the writers of famous science fiction serials didn't write Godzilla stories, and that's a problem, or like something like along those lines. Like, why would they? The writers just didn't do that. They didn't want to.
They didn't want to include the gay character in Godzilla.
Wasn't that Space Godzilla?
Well, was there? I can't remember. But you're saying one genre is not like the other genre. Like, yeah, and there's lots of people writing genres and doing subgenres and other stuff like that. You see it a lot. But why specifically romance stories with this kind of relationship? Like, is that really a problem for these writers? And the people watching that go, you know what would be really good? If Picard and Riker hooked up. You're like, what? What the fuck? Why would you do that?
I have a theory about Noralities. I think she might actually be straight, and she's just doing this to try to convince herself she's gay or something.
I think so, because she wrote all that slash fic, or that she drew art of gay guys. She
the manifesto. Yeah,
of gay men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gay boys or whatever in that anime. So it's like, all right, she likes that. Maybe she thinks she's a guy and she's gay. I don't know. That could be working. I don't know. She's just too weird. I just can't grasp half the time what she's saying.
Oh God! I can imagine like Lunga imagining that I am Japanese. I'm acting like them. I am gay. I like this shit.
I like to draw animation. Why?
I like to draw yaoi.
I think she needs to see a mental ward.
Yes, but I think a lot of this comes from, like, maybe she was groomed or something. Because
no, she's just mentally retarded.
Oh, you could get that from being, like.
Yeah, you can get that from being groomed as a child.
I don't know. Her dad seems pretty cool. He could burn CDs with anime onto it in the 90s. That's pretty cool.
We went to public school.
You only needed a CD burner to do that.
Back in the day, it was kind of hard to get a good one, and then you had to buy all the CDs.
Look, if her dad in the 90s was already into anime, that means he was weird. Very weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might explain why she is the way she is.
Okay.
That could be it.
She does like animation a lot. That's true. She got into it, so, or at least art.
Like one of the fucked up friends I've known in my time, and she grew up in a fucked up family with a borderline mother, and her father eventually broke. Like he seemed like an okay guy until the point where he just mentally broke from his borderline wife, and she told me that from that point on he was just constantly watching porn in the living room while she was around all day long. So she ended up as an 8-year-old watching porn with her dad, and that was not a pedo thing. That was just he was just trying to get his mind off his wife.
Wow, holy hell!
Wow.
That can mess you up.
That's like a more cheaper way to going to the pub.
I guess so, yeah.
All right.
So at least that's the version she told me.
Here is Porcelinus the Fourth. Hey, Porcelinus. Remember, guys, Noralities is the same jerk-off that called you a pedo if you liked Dragon Maid because a character had big boobs. And that character is minor-coded while she herself drew porn of underage boy characters. Oh, yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's that she must have been groomed. This is probably her yelling for help or something.
I think she'll always be
remembered. But she's like so ingrained with the SJWs. If she talks out about it, she's gonna unalive herself. I honestly don't know. I can't get my brain around this person because it sounds like she's speaking out of turn at times. Like she's pausing to think. Is this really what I believe? And then she, keeps talking and records her voice.
Because she's embarrassed about it.
I guess maybe part of that's it.
despite all the content she makes about it, she is embarrassed about it. And I think she is that people can be addicted to various emotions, and I think she is in part addicted to the embarrassment about sexuality.
I think her left brain, or whatever part of her brain that deals with logic, is going, what the hell are you talking about? And she just go, wait, what was that? I can't, never mind, I'll just keep talking.
Yeah. And I've seen this a couple times with various borderline girls that I've met throughout the years, that they are highly promiscuous, and I have various sexual partners, often several at the same time, even if they're land whales. But they seem obsessed with getting high on this early stage of love, the infatuation phase. That's what they're really chasing. Because once that is over, they drop the guy and look for the next. Because they look for this kind of thing, and she's also
has a myriad
looking
of
for
problems
this.
in the way it's depicted in media for a lot of complicated, interconnected reasons.
Okay.
And this is going to be a lot to cover, so just bear with me for a bit.
Uh-oh.
On one end of the spectrum, there's the hypersexual objectification and fetishizing of lesbians. for
Hyper
male
again.
gaze. And then on the other end,
She put stockings on her legs. I'm so perturbed.
You have pronounced boobs, and already it's hypersexual. It's
Yeah.
not sexual, it's hyper.
All wearing clothing. Oh my god. Is that nylon?
She knows what she means. She doesn't know what she means.
Is that a maid outfit? Oh my god.
Are allowed to be feminine or sexual.
Gonna come.
She's putting.
And on the one end, this ideology tells us there's nothing sexual about breasts, and on the other end, it's you're hypersexualizing the breasts. Fuck off.
Can't have attractive girls, guys. It's hyper sexual.
Hyper.
It's
I
too
wonder
much.
what you had to say about ladies versus butlers.
Oh, that's an awesome one. It's so silly. Oh, geez, Donkey King. What happened there? Donkey King for $2. Remember, LGBT was removed from the DSM-5 for no reason. Really? Huh.
The reason they gave is to remove stigma. They are
Really?
doing the same in the ICD, and I haven't read the ICD-11 yet. They made various changes. They tried to get out gender dysphoria as well, or transsexuality, and want to put it into the addendum or chapter Z for sexual health.
Wait. So are they grouping those four things together?
No, they want to remove it as being disorders,
Oh, okay.
when they clearly are developmental disorders
Okay.
that have biological roots, and there are people who suffer from having that, and that's the ones that get specific diagnoses for that. They're not diagnosed for being gay. They're diagnosed for suffering from the situation of having this orientation, or having the transsexuality, having the condition. It's not that they are diagnosed for you're gay, therefore you're mentally ill. They're mentally ill because they suffer because of that destroying their lives.
Right. Okay. Here's the Giga Chad. Thank you again. Clearly, Noralities didn't grow up as a healthy kid like I did, spending my formative years shouting racial enjoyers on Xbox Live and throwing copper wiring at power lines set me as a healthy person as an adult. Racial enjoyers? Is that a thing? Is that autocomplete maybe?
Probably autocorrect.
Yeah, I don't know what a racial enjoyer is. I'm not gonna guess, but anyway.
You don't know how they talked on Xbox Live?
I can imagine, but not.
Whatever they said,
You
I'm not gay.
You beautiful black man. You, I don't know. I enjoyed that. Thank you.
You nugget.
Yeah. All right. So we're almost halfway done. We got about 30, 40 seconds. Yeah, about that. We call it a day. Here we go.
Second is lesbian purity, where their love is just too pure and innocent for this sinful world. So these depictions are reductive.
No, they're not.
What?
No, they're not.
Noralities, give us an example of your perfect depiction of it, because apparently everybody's doing it wrong.
Girls who like each
You're
other
right.
and are holding hands, there's nothing wrong with, like, what are you getting at? Like, who cares if they're kissing or not kissing? Who cares if they're holding hands or not? What if they just say, I love you, and they go, me too, and that's that? What's wrong with that?
I honestly do not know what Noralities wants. What is the depiction you want, Noralities? Make your own fucking manga, for fuck's sake. So that we know. Because you apparently are not satisfied by anything. Everything just is not doing it right. And all you make are these all the avatars that you have for your videos, all these frames of your character, they all look constantly embarrassed all the time.
Yeah, if you look at...
What the fuck is wrong with you? See a therapist.
If you read Yuri manga or watch some Yuri anime even, it's very PG-13. There's not much perverted... Like, in order to get that rating, you have to get, like, the ecchi category on the term, so it wouldn't really matter at that point. But the ones you read are like, these are just girls and they're going about their day and they love each other. They might be holding hands, they might kiss, da-da-da-da. It's not explicative. There's nothing naked about it. There's no nudity. There's no sex. Because it's not about that. It's about two people who happen to be female going about their business. That's it. I don't see how that's an issue worth discussing, because you're basically talking about romance.
I just feel like everything that's catering more for men is like seen as like a problem for her, but anything that's catering for gay women is it's very good for her.
Does she want
this is
hardcore sex? Like, what is she?
Something like that.
I don't
Watch
know.
porn.
I don't know anymore.
Goes back to my theory. She wants him to be straight. She wants one of the girls to be a boy, trans, to be whatever. It's a straight thing, but she just cannot say it.
What?
Yeah.
But she wants everyone to be gay.
Because before she's talked about like Felix and all that in an older video and everything. That's why she's not disappointed in all of this. It's not to her specifications because she wants it to be straight and she doesn't want to get out.
So she has a general fetish, but it's not to her standard of whatever that is exactly.
Exactly.
Why would she? No, I don't see in anything that she wants anything to be straight. She has drawn gay porn of underage characters herself. She's not interested in straight relationships. At least not in her fantasy.
You know, we could theorize exactly what is going on in her head. I don't think we're going to get anywhere because it changes every few months where she's talking about Disney or anime being this or that. And it's always about sex, though. I just don't know what exactly she's getting at half the time. So anyway, we could cap it off right now if you like. I don't know if you guys are up for another minute of this, but...
I'm fine either way.
A bit more.
Okay.
Fine either way.
Here's the Giga Chad one more time. Sorry, I meant to write racial epithets. Oh, okay. iPhone is trying to silence me. It's racism against the based. And yeah, throwing copper wiring at power lines is a great low-cost alternative for 4th of July fireworks. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Times.
All right. Here we go.
To say the least, murder lesbians and ace lesbians are both fantastic, and I love them.
Murder lesbians and what?
Ace is like the autistic way to like say that like they are not romantic.
Ace?
Ace, yeah. Don't ask me. Like they are not asexual and aromantic.
Oh. Interesting.
It's like a new kind of mental illness.
So they use the word asexual and they shorten it to ace?
Yes.
Wow, slang for the I can't follow this anymore, guys.
Everything's an acronym now, Smart. Even things you don't even know
It's not
exist
just
because they don't.
asexual, it means it's aromantic, so they can't feel anything and they are not feeling any sexual urges.
Yet they're
So it means that they are like useless human beings.
so they have no
No,
feelings,
wait. That means they have no relationship with each other.
They have no
but
relationships.
they're lesbian.
You can't call friends even.
I'm not following one bit. Anyway, just don't worry. I'm fine. I'm good.
It's okay, Smart. They are new people. Like they are grown in a lab.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
All right.
Too pure and innocent for this sinful world.
So these depictions are reductive, to say the least. Murder lesbians and ace lesbians are both fantastic, and I love them both.
Oh my
And
god,
that's
the murder one.
majority of, and largely the only acceptable way lesbian characters are ever written. Not only is that unrealistic,
Girls Bravo is a comedy, you idiot. It's an edgy comedy. There's no serious relationships going on there.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Ah.
it's harmful stereotyping.
Really?
Now here's the thing.
Who's it hurting?
The Yuri genre, unlike its opposite,
The only one coming up with harmful stereotypes is you fuckhead.
yaoi, which is media about gay men, but it's mostly made by and for the consumption of women, and is separate from bara, which is mostly made by and for gay men. Yuri doesn't have any definitive separation between stories made by women and those made by men, even though generally speaking, they can be split into distinct subcategories based on their target demographic of either shoujo, josei, shonen, and seinen, respectively speaking, girls, women, boys, and men. Shoujo
So you mean that there's something for everyone?
Yeah, there are elements.
So there's lesbians for everyone.
Yeah,
Isn't that the peak of representation?
it's as if
Yep.
the men don't care that they have gay stuff for men or gay stuff for men in their comics. It's like, yeah, whatever. Good for them. Good for these side characters. Good for tertiary characters. No one cares. It's like you have different genres, and within those genres are subgenres. It's amazing. Never thought of that. These writers are geniuses, guys. We've never conceived of these ideas before.
Yuri tends to focus on fairy tale inspired narratives that idolize Takarazuka review-inspired girl prince characters. The Josei Yuri usually portrays sapphic couples that are grounded in a firmer sense of reality and realism. And lastly, shonen and seinen Yuri will either often depict relationships between innocent schoolgirls and predatory lesbians.
Okay, that's enough. Predatory.
So adult lesbians are predatory lesbians. Okay.
I don't. She keeps. Every time she says that, I'm like, are you being
Predatory
serious?
lesbian.
Yeah, are you being
I don't-
serious right now?
I don't think she's ever had a relationship.
Do you know what a predatory heterosexual is? Because I don't know what that means. What do you do?
I don't think she's ever been in a relationship with anyone.
I'm a guy.
I don't think she's
No way.
capable
and
of
I'm
that.
stalking you.
Yeah.
All right, bring in the memes. We had enough.
Yep. I
Save us.
my brain
You
stopped
wanted
working.
this.
Sorry,
You
Al,
wanted
you didn't
this.
get as much this time.
My brain stopped working on this.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I at least do the little thing I was going to do?
What's your little thing?
what?
You have 1
Came-
minute.
Came on. So it is I, the Corporal, here to teach to administer a. Oh, I lost it. I'm sorry. It's a poor joke.
Try again
Okay,
next time.
no, I can do it. I can do
Go
it.
ahead. Go ahead.
Do it. Administer facts and tricoxygen to the four-eyed dyke known as Noralities. Okay, that was my thing.
There we
All
go.
right, that was good. I clap, but I only have push to talk, so I can't really tap my.
Okay.
I'm trying to
An
clap,
example
but I
of a
can't do
predatory
it.
Do you know an example of a predatory homosexual?
Oh.
And it's Jeffrey Dahmer, because he literally
Oh.
was hunting people.
Predatory cannibal, maybe? Was he? Did he eat people?
He was also gay. He was
He
also gay, and he ate people. Yes.
Also gay.
All right. Well, that's nice. Anyway, let's look at some memes.
Dark.
Okay. Become a magical girl with the weird-looking
Kill it.
cat thing. Yes or no?
Scooby, you must kill it.
Here we go from Legacy to give it
I have a plushie.
to give the title summary of MCU Moon Knight. It's not as god awful as Loki, but it's still bad in terms of how they handle Moonlight and other ridiculous Phase 4 nonsense, like his wife and giving him mystical powers with the mummy suit. What? Is that anime Moon Knight or manga Moon Knight? What is this?
I think Legacy drew this.
It's like Sailor Moon or something. Yeah. Okay.
No idea.
In the name of the moon, I'll punish you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Here is Sailor Moon Knight. Oh boy, look at that.
It's actually kind of nice. It's a good drawing.
Kind of reminds me of The Shadow, or is that he had a purple jumpsuit, didn't he?
The Shadow had a red cape.
He did?
Yes, a red cape, a really long nose, some guns, and a hat.
Who was the guy with the purple jumpsuit then?
I have no idea who you're thinking of.
The Phantom? It was a movie.
Yeah,
The Phantom had the purple jumpsuit.
Yeah, it was a movie based off a comic.
What's the movie?
Yeah, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's the Phantom,
All right.
played by Billy Zane.
Ah, thank you. All right. Goo Dragon. Why are people leaving gay pride groups? I'm having a big think. It's at the tip of my tongue. But it's not a penis. Okay. Good to know. Transgender, binary, and non-binary. What?
Yeah, look. On the left side, you have the original medical shit. And on the right side, you have made-up crap that everybody hates.
Agender. Agender. Thanks. This agender. That helps. Woman is talking. Oh.
That's great.
How to solve the world's problems.
Mm-hmm.
Sarcastic Hawk. The British hunt for the straight girl. What? Are you gonna kill them? Like, what's happening there?
No, he's gonna find a nice wife.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Gay. First wave
Where's the
feminism.
punchline?
We want to be equal to men. Second wave feminism. We don't need men. Third wave feminism. We are men.
Evolution.
Well, they can say that, but none of these.
And they predicted it.
None of these are true, but that's okay. Sierra's boyfriend, the Silver Bandit. Oh, there we go. It's your own character. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, great. Good stuff. I diagnose you with gay. All right. Fair enough. Very, very gay. Oh. Why is she so sad? Dick fight. Island. All right.
Don't you need to read the summary
Oh,
below.
do I really have to? Oh god. Dick Fight Island, the absolute peak of storytelling. It is a spellbinding tale of warriors battling for supremacy with their girthy sabers. The art is beautiful enough to leave a man screaming in ecstasy. He
11 out of 10.
would ride the dick fight again. He would ride the dick fight. What?
Seems like a good story. I might be.
Monster Island.
Squidward approved. All right. Yeah, there's all kinds of manga like that, so it's whatever. It's fine. Less men equals lesbian. What? The pain
Noralities logic.
pain diagram. Headache, stomachache, Noralities talking. Yeah. Guys, this
Mm-hmm.
every time she says something in a second paragraph, either she changes topics or says something ridiculous. June is almost here. Here it comes.
Oh no.
What does that mean? The Twitters?
Every
corporations.
company is gonna change their logos to rainbows again.
Why June?
Because of Pride Month.
Pride Month.
Oh. I thought it was
And
like,
they, except unless it's outside of the nation, they won't do it for like Russia or Saudi Arabia.
yeah. I thought it was because there's like summertime and I don't know, people will go out during the summertime and pride parades and whatever. Damn, pedophile otakus, they are little girls. What?
The double standard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Section.
This automatically means there will be a same-sex couple, apparently. Yeah. It'll just mathematically happen, all because most of the characters in the story are female or male. This is what,
Insinuating that Sailor Mars was lesbian?
no.
Missed a little bit. Of it.
Uranus.
This is what it looks like when a magical girl transforms from the villain's point of view, and I am shitting myself. No wonder they never do anything to stop them transforming. They probably just stand there like they're...
It's not really true. Supposedly, it's happening in an instant.
Yeah. We just get the slowed down version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, what is...
Oh God.
What is this?
It's twisted.
That's Neil
hair.
Breen
Look at
and
that.
his clone brother.
Look at how much effort and, you could tell the makeup artist really knew what they were doing with the...
He had spent like months growing out that beard.
Oh yeah. And then,
Yeah,
so
sure.
then he cut it off to make a real beard because he wanted the realistic looking Neil Breen beards. So he made a fake beard out of his hair. It's amazing.
Yes.
What an actor. He has to be, everything has to be method with Neil Breen. He does all his own stunts too. Too much men equals gay. What?
It's the counter to the one above.
Oh,
It's
Not enough
nice,
men,
funny.
it's lesbian. Too much men, it's gay.
yeah. Wow, bro, you know what? I may be a groomer, but at least I don't watch anime. Whoa. That's not... I don't think that's a good thing to admit. In both cases. Hail Satan. I'm so edgy. Hail Hitler. Whoa, don't you know how insensitive you're being when you joke like that? Do you understand what Hitler stood for? You're perpetuating toxic ideas to other people, whether you realize it or not. Yay. I said keep Lord of the Rings out your fucking mouth. Okay.
This is good.
Is she wearing a hat? I can't really tell. Just Will. Okay.
It's supposed to be Gandalf.
Yeah. I am a toaster phobe. Oh, clever. Yeah, Mr. Handies are kind of cool. Picard is Picard is gay for Data. In season 1 he is. We have no idea why. We have no clue. Couldn't
He is robot sexual. Is that gender now?
Now that he's a robot, possibly. That would make more sense, yeah. Because who could relate to an old man who's atomically a male in every regard, but yet still an android?
And old, a geriatric android.
Yeah. And he was having flashbacks of his mom for no reason every 5 minutes.
So dumb.
They have like a firmware upgrade for Data or something. Wouldn't that not be a problem? I guess it's an actor thing, but did you just get a younger actor?
You should be able to.
But then Patrick Stewart couldn't have a romantic plot in a show he never understood and just got famous for because the character was well written.
The H.
I know what the H is about.
Cyrek, post the H on Tron.
Oh my god.
I don't have that one.
What is happening with Batman and Shaggy and...
Oh, but you missed that Francisco Bordo Coppolino fixed the other meme.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Now it looks right.
They made a fighting game, and it has like the Warner Bros. Characters as Smash Bros. Setting.
Cool.
And it just
play
has
that.
all of them beating up Steven Universe.
Nice.
Yes, finally you can beat them up.
I want to play that
Yes.
game.
Sounds amazing.
Let's play that game. I'll go
You can play as Shaggy.
It's multi-universe. They're taking literally anyone.
Here's the Inquisitor decree to chop the gay tree. Okay.
Right.
Whatever works for you. Because Wisp
Playing
brought
Salt
up the
upon
trial. Corporate needs to find the differences between the picture and this picture. Who is that on the left?
Monica Rial.
My God.
Okay.
The one who made the false allegation against Vic Mignogna.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's also the reason why I no longer watch dub.
Yo, look,
Good.
I finished the love potion. Who are you gonna make love you? Myself.
Needs a little bit of that.
Narcissus.
Well, shit. So, by my calculations, I've determined that Pluto cannot be classified as a planet. Well, shit. At least it doesn't really affect anything. Sailor Pluto.
Affect with an A.
She just keeled over.
Oh my.
But my backstory.
She was one of the better characters.
She was more powerful characters, yeah.
Pluto is a planet.
Gay co-writer that didn't make you tries to kill you off. Real creator resurrects you, and the gay guy gets angrier and angrier each time she does.
Great.
Yeah, it really sounds like the same shit that's now going on in DC and Marvel had already once happened with Sailor Moon, but didn't get through.
I wonder if Darius goes home and gets pissed off at Serena's like, "But last time this is not lasagna. Who made this shit? Get back in the kitchen. Let me show you how it's done." I don't know, I don't think he's that interested in Italian cuisine. I've gone for a month and then I have to listen to this Bince pedo fag obsession. Fine. Here's some lead spray. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Mark. 7 seconds of someone collapsing.
Well, it is a Noralities video. Come on. It was me.
What is the second one you posted? What is this?
Oh, it's from Netflix Cowboy Bebop.
Are you serious? I can't even tell.
It's so dark.
Can't you see? That's Vicious next to the furnace.
Really?
Yes. He's yelling, "No!" Because Julie is now the head of the syndicate.
Oh, what? Anyway, I want to die. Yeah. Noralities after Cyrix sees a picture of Kill la Kill and her gave it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, her knowledge of anime is amazing. I know. The Virgin Noralities tries to spread awareness about anime women, gets a ton of backlash. Fat Weebs saves her virginity for Bakugan. The Chad EDP 445 admits to being a pedophile. What?
Yeah,
Still avoids jail time. EDP movement going strong. Never even watched anime. Would still fuck your waifu. Oh my god, what the hell?
Jesus Christ.
What kind of a comparison is this? Ugh.
It's also probably a thing where she's just really, really stupid and she's just using word salad.
Yes.
All that.
I don't know. I don't think we could go downhill from Muzaki, but now the pedophilia is racist too.
Yes, because a tan-skinned Japanese girl
Yes.
is racist.
It's because they're drawing her lighter skin, but she had a tan. Those go away over time.
Mm-hmm.
Did that with Bee as well in Pokemon. She has a tan and they're like,
You don't understand
There's
how
a scene
skin
with
color
her.
works.
Oh my, what the? We need to support LGBTQIA+. What does the plus stand for? There's the pedophile.
Everything else, it stands. Technically, it stands for communism.
Oh.
But there's a little pedo bear.
Cat protects family from a LGBT.
Good kitty.
LGBT. As it entered the home. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Pico-
Stepdad's
yeah.
cat
Good
would kill
cat.
it.
Very good cat.
I don't think Noralities would obsess over Berserk. I don't think she could stomach the first 2 minutes.
Just imagine her talking about Berserk.
She just
Drawing,
needs to watch the first panel.
drawing
The sex
girls.
scene.
But to like the whole Griffith thing and all that, and just talk about that, like, oh, it's like it's so romantic and everything, and then somebody
No,
shows her.
she wouldn't get past the first 2 pages.
So drawing girls, sexist fat phobes, stop sexualizing. Why are men? Where are organs at? What? Drawing boys, hot, more daddy, sexy, JoJo reference. What? Visible confusion? Are they? What is that? Is that a whiskey bottle? What is?
Yes.
That's a whiskey bottle.
Ay. You took my only food. Now I'm gonna starve? Oh, okay. You see the other frogs turning gay. All right.
This is too much work.
Did you know the official rainbow, the Lord's creation, has 7 colors, while the official sodomite flag has 6? In the scriptures, 7 represents completion and perfection, while 6 represents falling short. Imitation and Satan. Oh, cool. The sodomite flag skips indigo, which is the color of royalty and of spiritual knowledge and wisdom, often connecting heaven and earth. Sodomites hate God and do not want to be connected to him. God creates, Satan imitates. All right. That's a bit convoluted.
I never
Okay.
noticed that is missing.
Yes, it is.
I never noticed either.
I don't pay
I think
attention.
that's a coincidence.
Well, it has a dark blue.
All right. So we're at 1724. We'll continue tomorrow if we want. I don't think we do, but if we have nothing better to do, I guess we will.
Yeah, sure.
All righty. Okay, guys.
Will I come back in, or is that no, or what's
It's
going
pretty
on
much
with
first come, first serve. If you're on time, no problem. But a lot of people slow down the video, so if you guys want to be here till 9, then it's up to you. But anyway,
that?
yeah, time to go.
Maybe you guys can answer. I can't see the memes on Discord. Do I have to click a certain button?
They
Then a
are,
meme
Like
channel.
little boxes.
yeah, they're
There's a dedicated channel for it.
yeah. Under the Smudcast, go to the happy face, which says Smudcast stream memes. It's like the 4, 5, 6, 7, the 9th one down. There you go. All right, guys, that was Noralities. In case you weren't paying attention, holy hell, sorry.
Why would you?
Yeah, sorry about all that, but we're doing it again tomorrow if we want. We'll find out. We don't know yet.
More pain.
More confusion, more perverse women who want to be boys? I don't know what she wants anymore.
Why am I surrounded by masochists?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so
I
much.
don't
Have
know
yourself a
what-
great evening. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.